Welcome back to the actual 10th episode, because I looked at it this time. So it's the 10th episode of
Double
the
digits.
Real Duo podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Wade.
And I'm one of your hosts, Devian.
What have you been watching this week, Devin?
I've been watching 2 shows, none of which will interest you. Well, maybe one. I've been watching House. Have you ever heard of House?
I've seen House.
It's a doctor show. I like it. I like him.
House was all right when it started, and then I got really like.
I'm only in season 2, so I'm still at the beginning.
How many seasons are there?
6.
Jesus Christ!
I think maybe 7. I don't.
It's too many.
And then I've been watching Schitt's Creek on Netflix.
Oh yeah, I keep seeing that. I don't know what the fuck that is.
It's a comedy. It's actually kind of funny.
I think Eugene Levy's in that.
Maybe.
Right.
I don't know the actors in it, so I don't know. But it's basically about a rich family who loses all their money except for this one asset, and it's a town called Schitt's Creek. And it's shit. But it
the show or the town?
No, the town.
I was about to say.
The show's
Why are you watching a shit show?
The show's okay. It's got some funny moments, I'll admit.
Is it a like sitcom? Like, is there a laugh track, or is it?
No, there's no laugh track. It's just jokes, and then it's actually got. I think it actually has a story. I've only seen like 3 episodes, so, but it seems like it's actually trying to go somewhere with it while also trying to be funny. So,
okay, yeah, I keep seeing that on Netflix. It's been on Netflix for a long time.
It's still ongoing. So if you wanted to,
it's still.
Yeah, it's been out it came out in 2015, and it has 4 seasons, and the last episode came out like a month ago, and then that was the season finale. So I'm gonna guess there's gonna be another season, but I don't know. Haven't seen it. I don't know if it ends or not.
I don't know. There might be.
What have you been watching?
I watched a bunch of shit this week. I watched Who Framed Roger Rabbit, which was so much fun to watch. I love that movie, and it holds up incredibly. I watched Rain Man with Tom Cruise and Dustin Hoffman. I didn't watch it with them, but they're in it. Still good movie. I watched Malcolm X, and then I had like a Harrison Ford-a-thon, and I watched both Blade Runner films. And then I watched 2 movies that I hadn't seen with Harrison Ford in it. One called What Lies Beneath and Firewall. And oh my god.
I feel like I've heard of What Lies Beneath, but Firewall I've never heard of.
Oh my god, both of these movies. Firewall is kind of just like boring up until the end when Harrison Ford like drives it to an explosion. What Lies Beneath has like one of the craziest third acts I've ever seen. It's like if we watch this movie together, we'd be like losing our minds over everything that happened. Like, it's so dumb and absurd and completely comes out of nowhere, but it's incredible.
Sounds like my kind of movie.
And Clark Gregg wrote the screenplay. Coulson himself.
Coulson?
Yeah, which is so weird.
My boy Coulson.
It's so strange.
I didn't know he was a writer. I didn't know he did that kind
of stuff. Yeah, he's written some like other stuff here and there.
Interesting. That's all you've been watching though? Nothing else?
I mean, I've been kind of going back and forth with New Girl. I'm rewatching New Girl again for the 3rd time. Well, I haven't like finished my 3rd free watch. I'm still fucking watching it. Fuck.
Oh my gosh.
There's like 7 seasons of it.
Well, we got a lot of news. You want to get into the news?
Let's get into the news.
What you got? What you got for me?
Movie news. I need like a theme. Do. Movie news. There was a title announced for the next Bond film, the 25th Bond film. Do you know what it is?
I feel like I read it, but I can't remember if I did or not.
No Time to Die.
I have not. No, that doesn't sound familiar. Is it have to do with time travel?
No, why would it have to do with time travel?
It has time in the name. You never know.
It also has die in the name.
True. Maybe Bond dies.
Fuck, maybe.
During time travel.
There's also like 4 other Bond movies with die in the title.
This is Daniel Craig, right?
Yes, this is his last Bond film, his 5th.
Ooh, I've only seen Skyfall. Right?
We saw Spectre.
Spectre.
Yeah. I saw a little bit of Skyfall, but then
I think I saw Skyfall too.
I was like, this is strange.
How many? He's been 007 for a while now, actually.
For at least like a decade or so.
Yeah, he's been in
longer
for a while. It doesn't seem like he has, but he has been.
Yeah, because he's only done like 4 movies.
Yeah,
but it's been 15
they're really spaced out. So you're like, oh, it's another one.
Yeah.
Are you gonna see this? Are you gonna go see this?
I mean, if it has a cool trailer, I'll probably see it. I think the title's dope. No Time to Die. That sounds fucking cool. It's better than just fucking Spectre.
Spectre.
Like this sounds like a fucking James Bond movie.
I don't even remember what happens in Spectre.
A bunch of stuff, and then like Bond blew some stuff up, and then he like punched Christoph Waltz in the face.
I remember for some reason I remember one scene of him jumping off a roof, but that's all I remember.
Oh, the beginning was all like one shot, and it was really good. Yeah. And then that was the best part of the movie.
It's the only part I remember out of the whole thing. Couldn't tell you the plot. Couldn't tell you anything else.
Bond does stuff. That's
that movie came out.
Bond movie.
When did that movie come out? 2013, 14 or something? Was it earlier?
15 or 16, I think. I don't think it was 2013.
I feel like I've seen that movie like a decade ago. It feels so long.
It feels forever ago.
It does. This also has that one chick in it, right? The Lynch.
Leshawna Lynch.
Yeah.
Yes, this is that one.
Did they confirm her role? Was she's doing it? Or
no? I mean, they confirmed her role like a while back. She's 007. But they haven't like confirmed. They haven't like said the plot or anything to it yet.
I was gonna say, have they confirmed like is she have a big role? Is she like a cameo in? Like what?
They haven't said that yet. I think they're gonna wait till the trailer. I think the trailer's gonna have all the plot details and stuff in it.
Does this movie come out next year or the year after?
I think it's this year or next year, not this year.
Next year.
I think
she'll get a trailer. She'll get a trailer soon, at least.
Probably.
Anyways,
I still think she's playing like she'll be Bond for like the first like 10 minutes, and then something happens, and then Daniel Craig has to come out of retirement and be like, "No black women is my James Bond." And then
I have a feeling it's gonna be a big dupe. Like she's 007. No, that's not what I meant. She's 007 at the beginning.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah. I don't think she's gonna become 007. I think she's.
It's not gonna be a passing of the torch.
Yeah,
I mean, it might, but
you never know. But that's what I agree with you. I think that prediction is accurate.
Yeah.
But you never. But maybe they're buddies. They're partners or something.
Maybe it's a buddy cop movie.
But 007 works alone.
He's a lone wolf, except for the time in Spectre when he didn't.
Yeah. Moving on.
Disney's Cruella, the live-action Cruella de Vil movie that they were making, is pushed back to 2021.
Let's just not push it back and let's just cancel it.
Did you even know this was a thing?
No,
I just found out about this. Like
I didn't until you just told me, and I'm already hating the idea.
Yeah, is this gonna like? Are those 101 Dalmatians gonna be in it?
Yeah.
Like an origin movie.
I feel like I heard who's starring in this. Emma Stone or something.
It's Emma Stone, yeah.
Yeah,
which is strange.
Yeah, that is strange. First of all, she doesn't remind me of that character whatsoever.
No, she's also not like 110.
No, I don't. Was she that old?
She looked old. She looked like fucking Yzma from Emperor's New Groove.
They're the same character.
They are. One's got like a wig and a fur coat.
This isn't about 101 Dalmatians though, isn't it? Is it just about her?
I don't think so. I think it's just about Cruella de Vil.
That's stupid. Why would you make a whole movie about that?
Well, it's gotta we're gonna get an Aladdin sequel. They have to make a sequel to it. They got to make a cinematic universe of 101 Dalmatians.
They did make a sequel to 101 Dalmatians. 102 Dalmatians or something.
Yeah, they got to make it a cinematic universe though. They got to have 101 movies about each and every fucking
101 movie.
Yeah,
Dalmatian 1.
it'll take 30 years.
30 years.
Yeah,
like 100 movies. Jesus.
101 movies, Devin.
Make it a TV show. Don't make it a movie.
Or 5 minute. Don't do anything with it.
5-minute episodes.
Because I never cared. I saw the original 101 Dalmatians as a kid, and I was like, "All right, cool." It's a movie.
I did too, but I was so young, I don't remember it. My brain.
I remember some of it. I don't remember all of it.
My brain just shits on itself sometimes. I
mean, that makes sense.
Are they gonna like? This is the thing.
They already made a live action 101 Dalmatians movie.
Yeah, I remember. I have a feeling though. if they use the dogs, they're gonna be CG, and it's gonna look
For
like
sure. And they're probably gonna talk. And they're gonna be like the lions in the new Lion King, where they're just emotionless dogs, but they can speak for some reason.
Did you this kind of segues? Did you hear they're making a Lady and the Tramp?
Yes, that's on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
And they showed like set photos, and it's just dogs looking so depressed.
It's just like, why the fuck do you keep doing this?
It works so well for Lion King. They have to do it again.
No.
Except this time they're using real dogs.
The critics shit on the Lion King for that. It's like the one thing they should about that movie.
They're
It's
gonna
like,
keep doing
they're
it.
all
It made money
emotionless.
though. It made money.
How are they gonna do the spaghetti scene?
CG. They'll CG the dogs for specific scenes.
It's gonna be jarring.
They don't care.
I don't care. I'm not
watching it because
watching.
it's on Disney Plus now. People don't have to actually like go out to go see this fucking movie. They can watch it from the comfort of their homes.
Scam. It's like, oh, you're paying to see this, but not really.
Yeah,
it's a big scam.
It'll be whenever like Netflix is like, oh, 158,000 people watch this Adam Sandler movie. That means it's a hit. And I'm like, well, put it out in theaters and see how well it fucking does.
See, most people, I feel like, are going to be like you and just mooch it off me. That's what you're going to do.
Well, I mean, either way, I'm not going to watch this fucking.
No, but Disney Plus, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm definitely mooching that shit. Don't pay for streaming services. Mooch off of people.
True, except for I pay. I'm the guy who pays for it, and everybody mooches off.
Exactly. Well, that's not my fault. You can mooch off of somebody.
I do like their bundle. Have you heard their bundle they're doing for Disney Plus? I do.
Isn't it Disney Plus and Hulu?
Disney Plus, Hulu, and ESPN. So
and ESPN.
Yeah, so that's kind of nice. All for
that's a pretty good deal.
All for $11.99 or something. So that's
a
not
month.
Bad. Yeah.
Holy shit, that's really good, actually.
Yeah, it's not bad. Three streaming services for $12.
Yeah, boy.
This is kind of funny. I think we were talking about this on the last podcast. Did you hear Matrix 4 has been announced? It's officially.
It has. We kind of did talk about this. We talked about it was getting a re-release, and then we kind of talked about the failed or the canceled reboot that they were planning on doing. But yeah, now this is official, and Keanu Reeves is coming back. Carrie-Anne Moss is coming back. Still no Lawrence Fishburne. They haven't said if he's coming back.
They did. They actually did. He's coming back, but they said that they're de-aging him. So I don't know what the fuck.
Why are they going to de-age Keanu?
I don't know. I don't know if this is a prequel or something or not. And the Wachowskis are back too. They're directing. So.
Yeah, which is like, all right. This is the equivalent to Avatar, like 2, 3, and 4. Like The Matrix was a thing when it came out, and it was huge, and everyone loved it, and whatever. It's not like, who the fuck gives a shit? Nobody wants this. Nobody wanted 2 and 3. 2 and 3 are so bad.
Have you seen the third one?
I've seen all of them.
How did they do 4? He died at the end. Keanu Reeves.
He'll be like Jesus. He'll come back. That's the whole.
He already did that in the first movie.
He'll come back again.
That was the whole first movie. Is that he died?
He's super Jesus. He'll come back twice.
He's super Jesus.
Or it could be a prequel, like you're saying, if they're gonna de-age.
I don't know why they would de-age Lawrence Fishburne. It's not like he's that old. First of all,
he's not, but he doesn't look like he did in the Matrix though.
He's also, he's bigger now. You can't just like.
He's a big boy.
Can you CGI fat off? Can you do that? Can you just do that?
You can fucking CGI anything.
I guess.
I feel like, well, then what's the point of bringing him back if you're just gonna fucking? He's gonna be totally CG the whole time.
I don't know. I don't
know what the hell this is, and I don't think we need this, and I don't think it's gonna happen.
I think it's gonna happen. It was officially announced. Like
they officially announced the Morpheus prequel as well, and then that just fell through.
It's in the works. Is this a Disney thing now? Does Disney own the Matrix?
I don't know.
Who made
the Matrix?
Was it Fox? Did Fox
look that up real quick? Hold on. Let's see. Warner Brothers.
Warner Bros.
Yeah. Warner Brothers.
That makes sense. That makes sense now. Yeah, I don't know why they just decided to pull Matrix 4 out of nowhere.
I don't know. I don't know if it was a Warner Brothers decision or if it's like Keanu Reeves is hot again, so we have to just make more Keanu Reeves shit.
Like, is he gonna act though? Like, he didn't act in the first 3.
No, Keanu Reeves never acts.
He's gotten better. He's gotten a little better ever since.
A little bit. It's been like 30 years.
Maybe. Yeah. But he's gotten a little better.
He needs to cut his fucking hair. Is he gonna shave his beard? Neo can't have a beard.
He already shaved his beard for Bill and Ted or whatever.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he looks so old.
Yeah, he does. He's got the wrinkly face. He's got the wrinkly face. I think
not aging.
I think if he grows his beard but cuts his hair, he'd look pretty decent, to be honest.
I don't know. I don't want to see him in a trench coat again.
He's gonna be in the trench coat.
What about Hugo Weaving? Is Hugo Weaving coming back?
Probably not.
He's gonna bring everybody back.
Hugo Weaving doesn't do sequels except for The Matrix. It's all the sequels he does. Fucking Captain America. He didn't want to come back for Infinity War.
He didn't want to come back for Infinity War because he didn't want to sit in the makeup chair for 15 hours.
They didn't even make up
a sequel.
They didn't make up Aaron Moss or whoever the fuck played him. Aaron Moss
probably didn't know that. He was probably like, well, CG, what the fuck is CG? What?
And he was only in it for like 2 scenes. And he was in Endgame too. He could have been in 2 of the highest grossing movies of all time.
He could have. He's probably kicking himself.
Probably.
Probably like, God damn it.
Could have done it. Could have been in it.
Just put a fucking mask on him. Like, it doesn't need to be all maked up, and just make him like Black Mask. Just put a fucking mask on him and CG the mouth. Yeah.
CGI looked fine. He could have just done CG.
Whatever. Hugo Weaving is a grumpy asshole.
Probably. Yeah. He's old now, so.
He's not that old.
Yeah, he's old. He looks old. He looks the same age as he does in The Matrix, which is weird.
Yeah.
It's just he's like less hair.
Maybe he is actually in the Matrix.
Shit, where in the he is an agent.
Elon Musk was right. Next, there is a sequel to Searching.
Searching, is that?
You ever see the movie Searching?
No, but I feel like I've heard of it. What's it about?
It came out last year. It was about. It was one of those movies like Unfriended and Open Windows where it takes place like on the desktop and stuff, and it just takes place like through webcams and shit. It was actually really good, and it was the first movie I've seen that actually utilized that in a smart way and made it interesting. It doesn't need a sequel, so fuck all of this because this doesn't need to happen.
I haven't seen Searching, so I couldn't tell you if it did or not.
It's pretty solid. I mean, it was fine.
I mean, did it make money? The first one?
I don't know if it made money. It was very well reviewed. It was a little indie movie. I don't think it really
didn't.
I don't think it cost a whole lot either. It probably cost like $5 million to make, so it probably did make money.
I mean, if it got well received, maybe the sequel will make money. Maybe that's what they think.
But like, what they're just gonna do the same thing again? Like, what the fuck?
I don't know. Maybe
this is dumb. Stop making unnecessary sequels.
It's gonna be a horror film.
Yeah, well, I mean, the first one was kind of like a horror thriller. Well, it wasn't horror, but it was a thriller. They could do a horror movie. It was called Unfriended.
They're actually connected. They're in the same universe.
Shit. The Unfriended cinematic universe.
Shit. We need a webcam universe, and then
no, we don't need that at all.
Yeah, we do. And then what's that? What's that movie? Shit. There's another movie that I'm thinking of. Can't remember the name of it. It's part of that universe too. I'll think of it later. I'll just yell
it's on a webcam?
No, but it's on like a camcorder.
Are you talking about Chronicle?
No, but that could be a part of it.
You talking about Blair Witch?
No. It's the monster
What the fuck are you talking about? Oh, Cloverfield?
Yeah, there you go.
Cloverfield already has a cinematic universe and it sucks.
Yeah, all of them.
It sucks.
The second one doesn't connect to anything, and the third one's shit. So.
No, none of them connect to anything. The third one was so bad. I did a review of it. The third one was so bad. They said that was the movie that they were going to connect everything. It made even less sense. It just confused everything else. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
It came out of nowhere. It just popped on.
They just dropped it. And then Overlord, the movie Overlord. Have you seen that?
Nope.
That movie was really good. That was supposed to be a fourth Cloverfield movie that came out in the same year, but then they were like, no, people don't like this. Don't fucking connect them at all.
I really like the second one.
The second one was good up until the last like 10 minutes, and then it ruined the entire point of the movie.
I mean, yeah, but yeah, I guess I liked it.
Cut it right when she looks up at the thing and says like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me!" Cut it right there. It would have been perfect. But no, we have to have a big CGI monster fight.
That's how every movie ends. That's how.
God damn it!
That's the whole point of Godzilla.
I blame Marvel.
Yeah.
A Marvel fault. Next, we have a piece of Fast and Furious news.
Ah, shit.
There was some casting
for 9?
For Fast 9.
Oh.
Can you guess who it is?
Bruce Willis.
Oh, God, no. That'd be interesting, though. The last thing you saw him in, he had a blue face.
Blue face?
He had a blue face and a mohawk.
Oh, shit. Yondu.
Yeah, Michael Rooker.
Michael Rooker.
Yeah. I'm probably not going to see this, but I love Michael Rooker.
I'm not either, but I love me some Michael Rooker, too. He was awesome in The Walking Dead. I liked him.
He was fun.
He died. He got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I like him as...
He can act.
Yeah, I like him as
really
Yondu,
good in, yeah, he was great as Yondu. He was great in Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer, which is like a small little fucking indie movie that came out like 20 years ago.
I haven't seen a lot of him in it, but he's like a John Berthal. Like I would see a lot of stuff.
Yeah, I think now that he's done with Marvel, he's just gonna pop up and like random shit.
I've heard he's coming back for the What If thing, so maybe.
I mean, maybe. What if Yondu didn't fucking die because he was the best character in Guardians?
What
You
if
should have killed him.
Quill died instead?
Oh shit! Yondu would have probably just iced himself. Or he would have taken the arrow, and just stabbed himself in the neck.
I got some Breaking Bad news.
Oh, I have this news as well.
It's been finished filming.
Yeah, which is so weird. Bob Odenkirk just was like, "Hey, it's done," and I'm like, "He didn't even know this was filming."
I didn't know it started.
There was no set photos. There was no like news that hey, we started filming. It just wrapped, I guess, which is cool.
This has both of them, Bryan Cranston and Aaron Paul or whatever,
which is weird.
I don't know what this is at all,
and I hope they don't ruin the ending of Breaking Bad.
I feel like this is going to take place in the middle of the show somewhere.
Well, it was supposed to be when they announced it. They said it was going to be kind of like an epilogue about like just hey, what happened to Jesse after he did this thing, and that sounds cool. That sounds interesting. But like Heisenberg is in it, unless they do like flashbacks to like stuff we didn't see in the show or whatever, it doesn't make sense. Unless Heisenberg is like a robot now and he's just alive again, because there is that whole theory that everyone has that like, oh, Heisenberg didn't die, and I'm like, no, go fuck yourself, he's dead.
I feel like maybe not Bryan Cranston being in it, but like they could do court stuff, like his family's getting
that could be crap. All like what happened after the show. That actually could be kind of interesting.
And then they bury him and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you could use Bryan Cranston for that, for the body, I guess. If you want, we're
gonna bring Bryan Cranston in for one day of shooting. Hey, just lay down on this fucking thing.
That's what basically they fucking did with Godzilla. They brought him in, they killed him.
Yeah, but he at least had some stuff that he wasn't literally just a dead corpse the whole movie.
They could do flashbacks too, like you said.
They could. I hope that's what they're doing, because if not, then they're gonna ruin everything, and I don't want them to.
I just hope they ice the wife. That's all I care about.
Yeah, she sucked.
I hate Skylar.
Her so much. But I hope after this movie, I hope Breaking Bad just like ends. Because I mean, like Better Call Saul is good. I haven't finished it. It's a good show. It's no Breaking Bad. No, it's good. But I don't want like 15 other like spinoffs. I don't want like a Gus show or anything. Like just end it.
A Gus show.
I don't want like a Gustavo show.
I would watch that though, because that would be interesting.
I mean, I would too, because that actor he's
awesome.
Incredible. He's amazing. I love him.
You could write so much about his gangster shit that he has going on. It would be
amazing, but I don't want that.
I don't want it either, but if it did come out, I'd be like, okay, I could see it.
I mean, yeah. Like, God damn it, there's another show. Oh, it's about Gus. All right, fine.
Right. I don't think
that's the only exception.
I don't think Jesse would make a good show. I've heard rumors about that, like in the spinoff of Jesse and
what would it be called? Just bitch.
Breaking Bad.
Bitch. Breaking Bad presents bitch. That's it. I hope this is what the movie's called.
Is it just gonna be called the Breaking Bad movie?
I don't know. There's no title or anything.
Maybe it's just gonna be called Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad. It'll be like Psych the movie. You're just Breaking Bad the movie.
Maybe. I think this isn't getting theatrical.
Really? No, I think it is.
Is it?
I think so.
I thought this would be a Netflix thing, or at least a TV thing.
I thought that, but I think they want this to be as like big as possible.
Let's make money.
Make that moolah.
Better be rated R. That's all I'm saying.
Oh, of course it is, Devin. Are you fucking out of your mind?
PG-13 that shit.
No, don't Deadpool that shit. Next, this has been a bad week for Tom Holland. Uncharted movie loses another director. This movie's not happening.
I don't care about.
They've been trying to make this movie for like 20 years, for some reason.
Poor Tommy.
And then they had a director, and they were like, "Oh, it's happening," and then now it's just fucking not happening. I think Tom Holland's career's over.
I don't. He's got Onward or Upward or whatever that movie is.
Oh, that animated movie that nobody's gonna see. Cool.
He's got that coming out. So
I mean, I guess
we'll talk more about Tom Holland later, but
we will.
Gosh. I was actually kind of excited to see him in the Uncharted movie, but if it doesn't happen, it don't happen. I don't care though about this.
I don't care either, because I don't think this movie would have been any good either.
I didn't play any of the Uncharted, so I'm not like
because you're a bastard.
You're not a huge fanboy like everybody else.
You're a fan of Indiana Jones, right?
Yeah.
It's huge Indiana Jones, the video game. That's what
huge fan. I'm such a big fan that I don't consider for existing.
It doesn't, because it was made up. We all imagined it.
So it's a fan-made movie. That's all it is.
It is. It is just like the new Star Wars movies.
It's not canon.
But Uncharted is essentially Indiana Jones if it was a video game. So you should play them.
Does he have a whip?
Fuck. In the fourth one, he's got like a rope thing. He doesn't have a whip.
Well, then it's not fucking Indiana Jones.
But it's the closest thing. You murder.
No, the closest thing is fucking Lego Indiana Jones, bitch.
Or the actual Indiana Jones game. Was it Search for Atlantis or whatever?
The game's shit. Don't play that game.
It was pretty bad.
It's Temple Run.
No, not that. the console game.
I know.
Temple Run.
Temple Run is a spinoff of Indiana Jones. That's what it is.
Is it, bro?
I would assume so. It's probably somebody running away from a boulder.
That'll be Indy 5. Just be old ass Harrison Ford just fucking running from shit.
Harrison Ford's probably gonna die before Indy 5 comes out. I'm just saying.
I hope so.
Jeez.
I mean, that sounds harsh, but like I don't,
Jeez.
because if he does, then that means this movie won't happen.
No, they'll just get Chris Pratt or something.
That's fine. Do a reboot then. I'm totally fine with a reboot. We don't need a fifth.
Or Steven Spielberg is gonna get a girl called Indiana Joanne.
Indiana Joanne? No, her name would still be Indiana Jones.
That's what he said. Did you not? I've told you about this.
Yeah, but like Steven Spielberg, for one, has lost his goddamn mind and is off his rocker.
I remember
Jones is a last name for one. You don't. It wouldn't be called Joanne. Joanne Jones.
He made BFG. I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, Steven Spielberg?"
No, the second he made fucking Ready Player One, I was like, "Nope."
BFG came out earlier, and I was like,
"It did," but I didn't see that. So
I was like, "What is this? What are you doing, Spielberg?"
The big fucking giant. Is that what it stands for?
No, I don't remember what it stands.
Because in Doom, BFG stands for big fucking gun. So I just assume
it's a spinoff of Doom.
Big fucking giant.
The Rock's in BFG.
Oh my god, that would have been amazing. A secret Doom movie.
Secret Doom.
And I think that's all the movie news I got.
I got two more. We're getting a Resident Evil reboot.
Why? They just ended it like a year ago.
Apparently, this is what they've said. It will be a super scary return to the survival horror.
So it'll be an actual Resident Evil film.
Maybe.
Not the bullshit that they've been putting out for a decade.
When did the last one come out?
I think like a year ago or like a couple years ago.
Well, we're getting a reboot already. They're like, we gotta redo that shit.
Make it like Resident Evil 7 or I'm not interested.
I haven't seen any of them.
Because the game Resident Evil 7. Because it was like a first person. It was actually like a spooky like haunted house thing, and like that's fun.
I used to think Resident Evil was the Underworld movie or whatever.
They're very similar. Very similar.
I think my dad put them on back to back. I'm like, what? I thought
you're like, wait a minute, what happened in the last movie? Like, what? I was like, they're like disgustingly similar.
Exactly. Now I thought they were the same movie for a long time.
The only real difference is that one has werewolf people in it.
Yeah. And then I don't know if this is any news to me or you, but I'm sure it's news to somebody. We're getting a Netflix Selena series. Remember the singer Selena?
Oh yeah.
They're getting Christian Serratos, the chick from Nesdy Classified, the girl that he liked.
Which girl?
Not Mose, but the other girl.
About Susie Crabgrass?
Yeah, Susie Crabgrass.
Why do I remember that? That's so weird.
She's playing Selena.
She hasn't popped up in anything in like 20 years.
The only thing I know she's in right now is The Walking Dead.
Is she in The Walking Dead?
Yeah.
That's
strange. They just killed her off, actually.
That's strange.
Did they? No, they didn't. No, they didn't.
Glenn.
Well, no, the way she was supposed to die in the comics, she didn't die in the show. So that's why I thought, never mind. Continue, though.
This ain't the Walking Dead hour, Devin. I saw the Jennifer Lopez Selena movie, and it was really like dumb and pulpy and whatever. If this is a series, is what you said?
Yeah, it's a show on Netflix.
I mean, this could be really good because the story, like the actual story, is actually kind of fucked up.
It is. It's very fucked up.
So it could be if they made it sort of like the People versus O.J. Simpson, where it's just like kind of hyper realistic and kind of just like, hey, we're having fun, but it's a dark kind of story. Like that could work.
I don't know about her being in it. She's kind of in The Walking Dead. She's very bland, and I'm like, oh, stop! You're so cringy.
Yeah,
but that could be just The Walking Dead because The Walking Dead
could be, or she could be a terrible actress. Who knows?
The only thing I've seen her is The Walking Dead and Ned's Declassified.
Yeah,
like 12 and Ned's Declassified. So
she wasn't that. She was like 15, probably.
Still,
I don't know. They were all like 38 playing 15-year-olds.
No, that one kid, the black kid, he was definitely like,
Cookie. No, Cookie was a grown ass man.
No, he's not a grown ass man.
At the end of the show, he was a good ass.
In the movie, probably when the movie ended the show, he was
Yeah, by the end of the show, he was a grown ass man. He was like 25.
I remember looking at that chubby kid in the first season. I was like, the
first season, he's a fucking kid.
You're like 10.
He's
in middle school.
At least 11.
Then he got hot or whatever. Everybody's like, oh shit.
Well, in real life, he still looked like shit in the show.
Well, yeah, because they made him wear the duct tape glasses. And
yeah, he kind of looked like me in school, but that's a different subject. My hair wasn't as like puffy.
He was way cooler than you. I don't know what you're talking
about. I mean, that's true. That's
true. That's all the movie news I have, though. What, you got some TV news?
I got some television news. There's only one thing, and it's from D23, and it's the Mandalorian trailer.
Whoa, I got more than that. But what'd you think about the Mandalorian trailer?
I think the trailer was kind of just like, all right, it just showed a bunch of stuff, and I was like, all right, cool.
It's way higher quality than I thought.
It definitely has a big budget.
It did, for sure, and I can feel Jon Favreau's style in this because he directed a lot of it. I know Taika Waititi did some work on it, and
which I'm not watching those episodes because fuck Taika Waititi.
Somebody else did. I know the Russo brothers were on set, but I don't think they did anything.
Yeah, I don't know. They had a lot of really good talent involved with the show. And I saw Jeremy Johns made a video about it, and he was talking about how the Mandalorian, the character, it's so obvious that he's Boba Fett. And I'm like, yeah, he kind of like, it's probably Boba Fett.
He didn't speak at all.
Exactly, because it's probably Boba Fett.
No, they're gonna pull it, and it's gonna be somebody else. Pull it
no, because why? Because if it's like with Arkham Knight when Rocksteady was like, oh, he's a totally different character. He's a totally different character, and I'm like, well, if he's a totally different character, why are you hiding his identity? You fucking idiots! And then when you played the game, it was like, oh, it's just Jason Todd. All right, cool. And we all knew it, and it made the game really dumb and stupid. So it's like, why are you hiding who he is? We're not gonna know who he is if it's a new guy. It's Boba Fett.
Did you catch anything in this trailer that like caught your eye or anything?
I noticed Bill Burr was in the trailer. He's in the show apparently, which is fucking hilarious.
I saw that robot. I don't know.
Come on, IG-88.
Yeah,
that wasn't IG-88. That was a different IG model.
Oh, really?
Everyone's been pointing that out. Everyone's like, oh, it's not fucking IG-88. They look the fucking same. They're robots.
It's the same. It's gonna be the same to me.
But it's that model. But it's like it looks like pink, which is weird.
Get like the Bounty Hunter clan from episode 5, like Bosk, the lizard dude, and stuff like that.
It'd be cool to see Bosk, but this takes place. I think they said this takes place after Return of the Jedi.
Maybe.
So I don't know what we're gonna see.
So if it is Boba Fett, we're gonna see him climb out of the Sarlacc pit, unless that theory of that's somebody else in the suit.
That I want that. For one, the show already like stole my idea about what I wanted for a Star Wars thing, but whatever. But if that's the fucking story, I'm watching this shit like immediately because that sounds awesome.
This comes out the same day Disney Plus comes out, so November 12th. So soon. It comes out soon.
Well, if that's the story, I'm watching that shit.
I'll let you know because I'm gonna watch it day one.
And if that's the fucking story, then I'm right. Like
I've heard some rumors about this Disney Plus, and I forgot to mention it, and it's gonna piss me off if this is true.
What is it?
They're not releasing the whole show at once like Netflix does. It's gonna.
Oh yeah, they're doing a weekly thing.
Fuck it. Why? Just
I don't know. That's kind of cool. I mean, it's 10 episodes, and it'll be kind of nice to like go back to that and just so I don't have to sit here for like 3 days and just be like, fuck. And
it's still going.
Space it out, you know. That's kind of nice because I usually when they just dump stuff, I sit there and watch it so I can get through it as fast as possible.
Plus, I guess they can do ratings a lot better than So I guess that's the reason.
And we can talk about it every episode on the fucking thing.
Shit. That's oh my
we
god.
Do a weekly thing for 10 weeks.
Star Wars and Marvel.
Yeah, boy.
That's gonna be a lot of lot of reviews. Are you watching most of the stuff they're gonna put on Disney Plus?
Fuck, there's so much.
I know.
I'm gonna try. I don't know if I'll watch everything, but
well, me and you can like work out a schedule. Like
you can trade off. I'll watch the Hawkeye show. You watch something else, and blah, blah, blah.
I thought you didn't want to watch the Hawkeye show.
I'm not. I was just using that as an example.
Well, I'm gonna watch the
Hawkeye doesn't deserve a show at all.
Are you gonna? This is the thing with that. I forgot to ask you this. If they come out with these on Blu-ray, are you gonna buy all these shows?
The ones I like.
You're not gonna complete the collection.
No, because I don't have like Jessica Jones season 1.
It's not canon
or whatever.
This is like official.
It doesn't matter. It came out on Blu-ray. I only get Blu-rays that I enjoy. I don't just get random fucking Blu-rays.
It's the MCU, you're gonna get that.
Yeah, and I only have the ones that I enjoy. That's why I don't have any of the Thor.
But you're
movies,
gonna finish it. You told me you are.
I will. That's like 10 years from now, probably. Because why is Thor $130 still?
It's not. I got mine for
insane.
Like 12.
I just saw it on Amazon Prime. It was like $25. I was like, this is insane. This is a 10-year-old fucking movie.
$12.
It's fucking nuts.
And I got Thor 2. I got Thor 2 for like $8. So
where are you getting all these fucking movies from?
I got Thor 2 at Disc Replay, I think.
That's why. We don't have that out here.
Back to the news. Sorry about that little rant about
my fucking rants.
I got some more Star Wars Disney Plus stuff, actually. So we got officially, it's confirmed, Ewan McGregor is coming back for an Obi-Wan.
I saw this too. I didn't put this on my thing because I'm an idiot.
We talked about it last time and it was rumored, but it's officially confirmed now.
Yeah.
I hope he grows his beard back out because he shaved it for a movie. I think it was for Christopher Robin.
Sure of course he will. He's fucking Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan only has a beard.
And I've heard this is only going to be about either 8 episodes or 10. So
good. Don't make this like a 25 episode fucking thing.
I have no idea when this takes place or what
it's gonna take place after episode 3.
Probably, but you never know.
Because for some reason, they set up in the new trilogy this interesting like it's 30 years after the Return of the Jedi, and we have all this new tech, but we're just not going to show you any of it. We need to just keep making stuff in the past. Like, all right, cool.
Do something after episode 6.
They should. The Mandalorian apparently does, but it still looks like they have all the same stormtroopers and all the same stuff. So I'm like, all right, this could take place fucking anywhere.
And then I have no idea what this is going to be about either.
I don't know either.
They could easily do this in between 2 and 3, like right before 3. They could make a show about that, which that could flesh out the prequels a little bit more, I guess. But I don't know if I'd want it.
No, because you need Hayden Christensen.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be willing to come back.
Nobody wants that. I'm sure. You know what? He would love to come back because he's too busy making pizza movies and nobody's fucking seeing him.
Imagine if he came back though and he actually acted well. It would probably be pretty good.
I don't care. I don't like his face, Devin, and his stupid little scar that they fucking put on his face.
Do you think we'll get a Darth Maul Obi-Wan interaction in this show?
Oh, we will for sure.
Not Darth Maul, Darth Vader.
Obi-Wan. Oh, Darth Vader.
Yeah, because you could get anybody, just throw him in a suit. And...
We might. Well, you got to get James Earl Jones and his fucking old ass voice.
Or do you think this is going to be like? Because there's a book about Obi-Wan, and he kind of protects Luke from these outside things that Luke never knows about, and he never tells him.
It might be that.
I can see that being a thing.
Yeah, like we're definitely getting a Darth Maul cameo in it.
I remember I've read a little bit of it. I remember there's a bounty hunter that comes and finds Luke, and he's like, "Oh shit, this guy's Vader's son. I'm going to murder him, bring him to," and then Obi-Wan fights him and stuff. So like, I can see that.
Kind of stuff. They'll probably do that.
I can see that happening.
Who's going to play a young Mark Hamill?
Just get a baby. You don't have to
just any baby.
Or just get a small child. I don't
know. A baby and fucking have Mark Hamill like voice over him.
That'd be fucking
do the Joker voice.
Yeah. And then I have another Star Wars Disney Plus thing is we're getting a Darth Maul TV show.
Why?
I think this is my theory. I think this is going to take place for Han Solo 2. That's what I think.
I mean, probably because why is everyone like Darth Maul? Darth Maul sucks. I'm sorry, he sucks.
I don't think they're bringing back the same dude from episode 1 either. So.
They're not because he wasn't in Solo. That was a different guy.
Ray Fisher or Ray Parker? Or
Ray Park.
But this isn't like official, but it's in development, so it's kind of.
Don't fucking make this. You don't need this. Of all the fucking shows you could make, why Darth Maul?
Bring back Paul Bettany and
no, he's dead, isn't he?
Yeah, they murdered him.
Do it like a Darth Revan show or some shit.
That would
do something that we haven't seen.
Do a Knights of the Old Republic show.
Yes, or do a movie or something. Do something we haven't fucking seen in Star Wars. Don't do a Yoda anything.
No Yoda.
I know my brother. My brother is like, he's like, fucking, I want to see a Yoda movie. And I'm like, you're fucking weird. Why?
No Yoda. I'd be okay with Darth Revan. I'd be okay with like something about Plagueis. I'd be okay with that.
Ooh, a Plagueis film would be interesting. Do Dash Rendar. I want to see Dash Rendar. He's basically just Han Solo.
You have so much potential, and then you could just create new stuff too. You don't have to do stuff that's already been. Just do something wacky. It's space.
They're not going to. They're gonna keep it as close to the original trilogy as possible because that's what everyone likes. Because that's what they're doing with the fucking new trilogy, which is everything you already know.
Wacky without Jedi, and just make it.
Do time travel.
No, don't do time travel.
They already did it.
And then my last thing. This is also a Disney Plus thing. Did you ever watch The Proud Family?
I did watch. Of course, I'm black. I have to.
I figured you did. They're coming out with new episodes for Disney Plus.
Why?
I don't know, but it's happening.
Is this a continuation or is it a reboot?
Continuation of the show.
It's fucking why?
I don't know.
Proud Family. What kid is? Oh man, I will watch the Proud Family. That show's like 15 years old.
I was gonna say all the kids that watch that show are old.
Yeah, they're my age.
They don't care anymore.
I'm not gonna watch this fucking show. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why it's coming on Disney Plus either. So,
well, it's because it's Disney, and that's streaming services are the way of the future.
I guess I have no idea.
Bye cable.
Bye cable. It's probably true. Cable's gonna go out of business.
Exactly. Disney Channel. They're gonna be like, let's close down Disney Channel, put it all on fucking Disney Plus.
Probably. That's all the TV news I got. You got anything else?
That's all the TV news I got.
All right. You got any DC or video game news? Actually,
I got video game news. I got some really interesting video game news. Mortal Kombat 11, the Combat Pack, just came out with a trailer. Not only are there 3 Mortal Kombat characters showing up, Nightwolf, Shang Tsung, and Sindel, but they showed off Spawn. Looks fucking tight. I wish he looked the way he does in the animated series, where he's literally just like a black face and then like eyes, but he still looks dope. They showed the Joker, which shocked the fuck out of me. Because the whole reason why like Mortal Kombat versus DC wasn't as like gory and as cool as Mortal Kombat was because Warner Brothers didn't want to see their characters get like viciously ripped in half. So like that's so weird that like, all right, we're gonna let you rip the Joker in half. Like that's awesome.
Joker's a bad guy, so
I guess, but it's just like that's strange. And then the final character. Can you guess who it is?
I think I remember seeing it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger as Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, no, it's T-800.
No, it's the T-800. And I think it's the one from the new Terminator movie because he's old.
Is it?
He's got like the gray beard.
It's not T2?
No, they'll probably have some kind of skin or something. Because I don't want to play as old Terminator.
That's 3 dope things that I was not expecting from.
Hell yeah. But the sad thing is Spawn, I think, is the last character that comes out, and it comes out fucking next year. So it's like, fuck. You gotta wait so long.
Killed you inside.
That's the worst part of it.
Maybe you don't buy it until that comes out. And it'll be
I'm gonna wait till they release like the full like Mortal Kombat 11 Game of the Year edition or whatever, and it has everything.
Yeah, there you go. Do that.
But I'm excited. The Mortal Kombat 11 I heard is really good, and I want to play a Spawn.
Spawn.
And it's only Spawn. Once I get it, I'm just only playing
Rip
Spawn.
People's necks out of their body.
Hell yeah. You better shut your mouth before I permanently introduce your face to your colon. That's a Spawn line from the show, and it's fucking awesome. That show's so good. You need to watch that show.
The character design it's based off the movie that it looked like.
Spawn?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just what Spawn looks like.
But it looks like the movie more than
it does. Yeah, it does a little bit. It's definitely taken more cues from the movie, but it's got a little like red there, here and there. I don't think the movie one had any red.
Maybe that's what the new one was going to look like before it got canceled.
Maybe. Don't even fucking mention that movie. You fucker. And then the next video game news. There's a Blair Witch game coming out.
What? What is that about?
It's a first person like spooky game where you just walk around the woods.
So it's PT.
It's PT. It's Slender. It's fucking any game where you just Outlast. It's the same as all of those, but it has the Blair Witch name on it.
Fucking jump scares,
and it's gonna ruin the Blair Witch project even more. Because they've been so desperate to like make this like a franchise and whatever. And I'm like, if you watch the first Blair Witch project, it's like 4 people in the woods just like screaming at each other, and you don't see anything, and then the movie ends. And it's like that's not a franchise thing. It's just the most basic little thing. It's just like people. It's like they wake up, like they hear noises and stuff at night, and then they wake up and there's just like a pile of rocks on the ground, and that's like spooky. Like we don't need a whole like franchise about it. The second and third movie already ruined the franchise anyway. So leave Blair Witch alone.
That's so sad, but
it's fucking so sad.
I don't like. The thing is with those games is that I hate jump scares. So
I don't know if it's gonna be jump scares or not.
Like every
probably will be.
Fucking scary video game is just jump scares.
It probably will be, yeah.
And
I mean, you can't really like scare someone in a video game without having jump scares.
You can just make it creepy.
You could, but why would you do that when you could just have a loud noise?
I guess, but
a loud noise and then a flash.
Yeah, it's the easy way. Easy way. You gotta be creative if you're gonna make it creepy.
Exactly, and that's what PT was. And they were like, no, that's too creative. I hate video games though. I just hate everything.
You do. You're a stickler in the mud.
I am.
Stickler in the mud.
Stick in the mud, not a stickler in the mud.
No, you're a stickler.
What the hell does that mean?
I don't know. You got any other game news?
That's all the game news I have.
All right. Are we going on to DC now?
I totally forgot about DC.
I don't have any DC news.
I totally fucking completely skipped past it in my notes. But yeah, we are. First bit of DC news. We got the first look at Deathstroke from Titans season 2.
Yes.
I don't know if he was in the trailer, but I didn't see the trailer, so this is my first look technically.
He's a little too blue for me.
A little bit. His like the side of his face, it's like it needs to be a little bit more orange, and there's a little bit too much blue around the chest area. But I think he looks cool as hell.
I was gonna say his design, spot fucking on, love it. But the color, just change the color scheme around a little bit, and I think it'd be perfect.
Yeah, if you brighten up the orange on his face, and then like just add like shades of orange. I don't need like a full orange thing, but just like a little here and there.
I wish it was the same exact one from Justice League.
Oh man, that one was perfect. I'm just glad it's not the fucking Arrow one, because that one looks like you and I made it.
We could have done better.
We probably they literally just took like a hockey mask and just painted it orange.
We could have got some trash out of the trash can and some spray paint and done better.
We would have, because we would have probably spent time on it.
Probably, because we're fans of Deathstroke.
I feel like they were just like, just get like a Jason mask and paint it orange. But he looks cool, and Titans season 2 sounds like it's gonna be fucking sick.
It does. It's got Batman. It's got Deathstroke. It's got
Superboy.
Titans. It's gonna be
Crypto.
Lit.
Probably not gonna watch it.
Probably not
until the whole show's over, and then I want to watch Swamp Thing now that Swamp Thing's like canceled and over with.
Because here's the thing: you're gonna watch it, and then it's gonna be shit, and you're gonna be really disappointed.
Or it's gonna be the best thing ever. Because
all
of these goddamn TV shows have been getting like Pennyworth. I talked so much shit about Pennyworth when it came out. I was like, why is this a thing? Who's gonna watch this? And apparently, it's like incredible. So like, I'm just missing out.
Otherwise, it would be complete shit. If it was mediocre, it would be shit. It has to be incredible. Otherwise, it would not be good.
Yeah, I'm just missing out on all these fucking TV shows. I need to convert my DC love to the TV shows.
You need to just fuck the movies. Just
fuck all these movies until we get Ben Affleck Batman.
I mean, you haven't been happy with a DC movie in a while, besides Shazam. Shazam,
fucking this year.
But if you skip Shazam, it's been a while since you've had a home run.
Yeah, that's true.
DC movie, so might as well
fuck
just give
movies. I'm a TV convert now. And then next, speaking of canceled shit, Sci-Fi cancels Krypton and the Lobo series that was gonna happen. That's no longer happening.
I don't care.
And again, I've heard Krypton was like incredible.
It had like what, 3, 4 seasons?
2 seasons.
2?
Yeah.
Really? I thought I had more than that. I don't know what is connected and what's not. This isn't connected to anything, is it?
No.
Okay.
None of the TV shows outside of the CW TV shows are connected.
That's what I thought. So yeah, I don't care.
If it's a good show, I'll watch it.
Crypto Boy?
Crypto Boy?
Yeah.
That's not a fucking character, Devin.
Fucking dog. What's the dog's name?
Crypto the super dog.
Crypto.
You put some respect on fucking Crypto.
Where's Crypto at?
Shit.
Where is
he? About Crypto last week.
I did.
You son of a bitch.
Our new hashtag. Hashtag Crypto Boy.
He's not a boy.
He's a girl?
He's a dog and he's a man.
He's a man. He's got the voice of Keanu Reeves.
Fucking super dog. He's a dope cartoon. You shut your mouth.
Underdog.
That's a completely different dog.
I know, but
that's a shitty super dog.
That is a parody almost of
Peter Dinklage is in that movie.
He is? He is.
He is. He's the
guy. Yeah, I haven't seen that movie in years.
Early Peter Dinklage role.
Early. That's where he got his superhero shit.
Fuck. He was like, "Yo, I'm gonna be an underdog. I'm gonna be an X-Men, and then I'm gonna be an Avengers.
I'm just gonna hit all the big ones.
And then I'm gonna be in DC, and I'm just gonna be some fuck.
It's gonna just be a dwarf.
So just a dwarf. He's just walking around in the background.
Hey. He's gonna take place for the dwarf and Jackass. That's what he's gonna do.
What does that have to do with DC?
Nothing. That's his next role after DC.
He's just gonna fill in for Wee Man in the Jackass movies.
Wee Man. He's a little taller. Than Wee. I know. I think he's a little taller than Wee Man.
Probably. I don't keep track of short people.
Heights, except for Tom Cruise.
Well, yeah, because he's the ultimate short person.
I feel like you believe that he just wears heels all the time.
Because he does. Have you seen the behind the scenes?
He's
always wearing heels because everyone else they cast around him is like 6 foot and he's like 4'8", so they have to put him in heels to make him at least like somewhat reasonable height to everyone else. They do that with Robert Downey Jr. as well because he's a little baby boy as well.
Yeah, I've heard he actually stood on like step stools.
He had heels too. There was Iron Man 2 set photos. He's just got these massive fucking high heels.
Well, apparently he wanted to look the same height as Chris Evans, but Chris Evans is like 5 inches taller than him.
Chris Evans is an Adonis, and Robert Downey Jr. is a little old man. That's why he fucking died in Endgame.
They both died in Endgame. Hashtag.
Well, Cap didn't die in Endgame. He died after Endgame. He died fucking off screen in fucking SpiderMan. Hashtag no justice for Cap.
Every episode, I swear. Every episode.
I'm gonna start that shit. Just like I started hashtag bring back Batfleck. I'm gonna start hashtag no justice.
No traction
because nobody fucking cares.
No. You got any more DC shit you want to talk about?
That's all the DC news I got.
All right, we moving on to the big
moving
news.
On to the biggest news that everyone has been losing their minds over for the last like 4 or 5 days. SpiderMan
out of the MCU, back in Sony.
No longer in the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
I'm so upset.
I mean, this news didn't hit me like it hit everybody else because I'm not like the biggest Spider-Man fan in the world. I like Spider-Man. I think he's cool, but I'm not like fucking losing my goddamn mind over it.
I'm more mad. It'd be different if Spider-Man 2 or Spider-Man Far From Home ended differently, but it ended on that fucking cliffhanger.
It did.
And that's what pisses me off. It's like, if it would have ended just like, he just like, whatever.
Well, I mean, technically it's an after credit scene. So the ending of the movie is actually like an ending.
I know exactly what's going to happen if Sony does not make a new deal with Disney. Is they're going to mention it in another movie, be like, "Where's the kid?" And they're going to be like, "He went underground," and then that'll be the end of the story.
He went underground.
Like he's been outed by J.K. Simmons, so they're going to be
or
like,
they won't even mention it, or they'll just say like, "Fuck it," and just not.
He went into hiding. And then maybe they'll make a new deal and he'll come back. I don't know.
I mean, maybe. I mean, that's kind of what I thought when I originally heard this. I was like, this is going to be like the James Gunn thing where everybody lost their mind about that. And then like a year later, they were like, oh, let's just bring him back because we can't find anyone else that wants to do this. I think give it a year or two, and I think they'll come to some kind of agreement.
I don't think it'll be a year. I think give it a month, to be honest. And
I don't know if it'll be that short because I think Kevin Feige has said some stuff already. Where he was like, "Yo, we didn't expect it to last forever, and you know, it's over now, and all this stuff." And I think he's kind of a little like bitter about it. And we don't really know the full story because there is stuff that says Disney wanted like full control, and then there's stuff coming out that Sony was like being a dick about it or whatever. So we don't really know what the fuck is happening.
The only thing that gives me hope is Disney hasn't released official statements yet. Only Sony has. So
yeah,
I feel like Disney's still trying right now. That's what gives me
I don't know. I hope somebody's trying.
I kind of have a little timeline if you want to hear this timeline of what's happened.
Sure.
So the initial news broke that obviously they're in discussion. And apparently at first Disney offered a 50-50 split, but apparently that's been debunked. Like that didn't happen now.
Yeah.
The initial deal was 25-75 actually.
Is that the one that was pitched, or was that the one that was already in the contract?
The one Disney pitched for the new deal.
Sony so they wanted 75.
No, Disney wanted 25. Sony would get 75. That's how the deal was. And Sony denied that apparently, which that doesn't make any sense.
That's strange.
I feel like that's a good deal for Disney.
It's a pretty fucking.
If this is true, this is what everybody's been saying.
True, yeah. Yeah. I feel like though, I'm just gonna say this. I feel like everyone's making Sony out to be like the bad guy. I think both parties are to blame.
I do too. I feel like Disney's being a fuck and Disney's being a fuck at the moment.
Yeah, I think they're both just like shitty assholes who can't. I think they both want full control over Spider-Man, and then they were like, "No, fuck you."
I think the initial deal was kind of shit, to be honest.
It's better than nothing.
It is, but the 5-movie deal for Marvel gets 5% of the opening day. That's it. So they
also had like a majority of the merchandising stuff, and they were probably making bank off of that.
That shit happened years ago, so that shouldn't be in effect.
Yeah, they did, but that's still
that shit happened way before the Spider-Man back to Marvel news. But 5% of the opening day, that's nothing. That's like
but I mean
a percent of the box office revenue.
Yeah, but I mean like when every Marvel movie's making $1 billion, Marvel's got plenty of money.
That is very true
for money. Like they're doing just fine.
Disney was being greedy bastards if they offer 50-50. But now that I've heard if it's true they offer 25-75, I think Sony's being a little bitch by not taking that deal, because I will agree Disney doesn't need more money, but Disney is doing most of the work for these movies. Sony's just paying for it. So
I think they're both putting effort into these movies. I don't think Sony's just like, here, go make the movie. I think they're both putting some sort of effort into the movie, and it is Sony's property for all intents and purposes.
True, but like, come on, Sony, you got to be a little reasonable with some of this. Apparently though, Sony came back with they'd take 30%, 70%. So I don't know if the 25-75 is true or not. It may have been a 50-50.
I heard the 30-70 thing.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
That's like, if that is true and they didn't fucking take that, that's dumb, because that's a good deal.
It is a good deal. I don't know. I feel like one of the two sides is playing hardball. That's what I think. I think they're both fucking playing hardball. And they're trying to get the better deal for themselves, which is shit.
Sony's like, oh, fucking Venom did $800 million. We can fucking do this on our own. And Disney's like, no, you can't.
What's funny though is a Sony chairman or something actually accidentally spilled that Kevin Feige helped work on Venom. So Sony didn't fucking make that.
He also produced they made it. He produced it, but he also produced like all of the X-Men movies. So that doesn't mean anything.
They said he helped with the script writing too.
Oh, did
Not
he?
all of it, but he did some of it.
That's strange.
So Sony, what the fuck are you talking about with, we did Venom so we could do this? No, you obviously
didn't. Sony has this weird confidence where they think like Morbius, I think, is the next movie that they're putting out. That's not going to make anywhere near as close as Venom. Like Venom at least is already kind of a household name. Nobody knows who the hell Michael Morbius is. Are you fucking kidding me?
I don't even see that movie making like $300 million.
It'll make some money, but it's not going to make $800 million. In order for this universe to work, the next movie has to do better than Venom, and the next movie's Morbius, and I don't think that's going to do better than Venom.
I don't think it has to do better. I think it's to do about equal.
It has to. It'll have to do better in order for them to see a future with continuing this universe. Because that's what happened with the Amazing Spider-Man movies. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 made money and it did well, but it made less than the first one, and so they were like, "Fuck!" Like these movies are declining, and in money, and people aren't seeing these movies.
Well, once all that hell broke out, Deadline reported that Tom Holland is actually contracted for 2 more Spider-Man films. So
yeah, he is, which is strange.
Yeah. So if Sony takes him back and they make these last 2, they're just gonna disregard fucking everything.
Can they legally do that though? Because it's technically that Spider-Man is joint between Marvel Studios and Sony. I would think if Sony made Spider-Man movies without Marvel Studios, they would have to do another reboot of Spider-Man.
That's what I thought, but I don't know, since it's both their names on the contract, they could probably get away with it. I don't know. I don't
know how that whole fucking thing works.
But see, this is what I've heard. They can use Tom Holland, but they can't use anybody else.
Well, yeah, that makes sense.
They can't use not like Ned and MJ.
Oh, they can't use Ned?
No, they can't use, all those people are contracted by Disney for some reason. Only Spider-Man is contracted by Tom Holland. Spider-Man is contracted by both.
That's very bizarre.
And like they'd have to recast Aunt May and all that. It's weird.
That's gonna be rough.
That would be.
It's gonna be rough. And if they do reboot, if they do just do another full-on reboot, the Sony's dead.
Yeah, No.
Sony's like people already had like when Tom Holland Spider-Man was coming out, people were like, "You're doing fucking Spider-Man again?" Like, fuck that. If they do it one more time, Sony's fucking gone.
That's why I feel like Disney almost has them backed into a corner right now. It's like, okay, think about this for a minute before you make this decision. You're either going to reboot, you're going to continue on without a story, or you're going to give it back to us. One of those three things are going to happen.
And I heard somewhere that because I've been saying Disney's going to buy Sony for like the longest time. I don't think they will, but I heard that if any company buys Sony, the rights revert back to Marvel.
It is. That's what happened. That's why everybody wasn't upset with Fox thing, because even if Comcast bought Fox out, the and Fantastic Four reverted back.
Yeah. So if Apple or somebody comes in and just like, hey, we're gonna buy Sony. So I think somebody at some point is gonna buy Sony.
I don't know about anytime soon. Disney, I don't think legally can buy Sony at this point.
Especially not now because they just finished the Fox thing.
Yeah, but like shareholders have to vote a majority, like 75%.
Well, yeah.
To do that. And like other companies, shareholders like Warner Brothers and shit have to vote on that too. I don't think anybody would vote on that if they try to engulf Sony like that. Even though Sony comparatively to Fox isn't huge.
No, Sony outside of Spider-Man, like Sony's got fucking nothing. Their movie division anyway. They have
Sony Pictures. But like, I don't see Disney even wanting to. Why would you waste that much money on Spider-Man? Spider-Man won't make you that much money back in the next 30 years.
It could. It's already made $1 billion. You
would have to. Sony Pictures, I think, is worth $15 billion at the moment.
They spent like $50 billion on Fox, and Fox isn't worth that much.
Imagine buying Sony Pictures for $15 billion, getting Spider-Man back. You'd have to make at least 15 Spider-Man movies just to make your money back off that.
Well, I mean, how many other Avengers movies? How many other billions of dollars are these movies going to make?
I don't know.
Not just Spider-Man. I mean, just making $15 billion alone is going to pay it back.
So after the Spider-Man Tom Holland fiasco, apparently John Watts is in the middle of this because he's hired by Disney, but he's but he's not under contract with Sony anymore because he only had a 2-film contract.
Yeah.
So they're both fighting for him right now. I don't know how that's going to work out.
I don't know. This whole thing is fascinating.
And then obviously the statement from Sony came out the next hour or something after that.
Yeah. Their statement was kind of like bullshit, though. It was like the most corporate, like, bullshit thing. Where it's like, oh, we love working with Kevin Feige and we hope, like, shit gets worked out. I'm like, tell us what the fuck is happening.
Apparently, this is the lowdown on that, is that they're saying, fuck Disney. We like working with Marvel Studios. We don't like working with Disney. That's their thing.
Okay. How much involvement does Disney actually have in the movies?
Disney has to do the negotiations, so they do the money. But Marvel Studios does everything else. So I'm going to guess that's what they're talking about.
I don't know.
They said they like working with Feige and Marvel Studios. They don't like Disney as a
I'm sure they like working with Feige. He's produced all the other Spider-Man movies. He's been with this Spider-Man franchise for like forever. Like he's been doing Marvel stuff like forever.
I know. And then the newest news is that Sony was willing to take 25% if Disney was to offer it. So I don't know what is true and what isn't. I don't know what's rumors and what's not anymore.
Yeah, everything. I think people are just like making shit up at this point.
There's a lot of conflicting issues. The newest one is that there's a rumor that Disney pitched a deal for 7 movies. And then
well, I think Disney a while ago said they wanted to do like 9 movies with Spider-Man. So that might be somewhat true.
They say that the 7 movies one was either going to be announced this week or next week, because they were either going to announce it today for D23, but if that didn't happen, like all the signing stuff, it might be announced next week. So we'll see if that happens.
Well, they can't announce it now.
No, they can't, because
so yeah.
So we'll see if it happens next week. If not, it was probably just a rumor.
Probably, yeah.
What do you if they do this deal? Because this is 7 not Spider-Man movies, but 7 movies with Spider-Man in
Spider-Man.
Yeah. What do you think? What do you think these would be? I think.
Well, I mean, I know they wanted to do like a couple other like Spider-Man movies with him outside of high school or whatever. They'd probably just be other like crossovers and team ups and stuff.
I think you would have. I would do 2 more Spider-Man films, so Spidey 3 and 4, and then I would do maybe 1 Avengers movie, maybe 2 if you're. Yeah. I don't know what your plan is, and then so that'd be 4, and then your last 3 be crossovers. That's what I say.
Yeah, you could do like a Thor Ragnarok thing. Have him and Daredevil fucking do whatever.
Or Deadpool or something.
Or
I don't know.
Yeah, just have like weird crossover, like buddy cop movies.
That's what I would think, but I don't know. I have no idea what their plan is.
I don't know. This is going to be a really interesting like next couple of years.
Yeah. What's funny though is that like right before all this shit went down, is they said Far From Home was getting a re-release in theaters, and
that was other news that I had.
I was like, why the fuck is this getting re-released?
Apparently, it's like a director's cut. They're gonna have like new footage and stuff.
No, apparently this was a tactic by Disney to help negotiate with.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because they're like, okay, we'll see how much more money we can get out of this.
They already made $1 billion. That should be enough.
But like they wanted to show Sony like, okay, this is still profitable. We can still make you money off of this. I think that's like what the reasoning is behind this. It's only 4 fucking minutes extra footage.
Like 4 minutes.
So
it's whatever.
Like, I don't know. I'm not gonna go see this in theaters again.
I'm not. I didn't see the in-game re-release thing because it was dumb.
I didn't either. And then, but what's also weird is Far From Home has become Sony's biggest box office movie of all time.
Yeah, no other Sony movie is, and I think they're thinking like, oh, Spider-Man, we don't need Marvel anymore. We can make Spider-Man movies and it'll make billions of dollars. But they don't realize that. No, it made $1 billion because it's connected to the MCU. It's not just Spider-Man. And it's riding high off of Endgame.
I was gonna say you released it directly after Endgame, so
yeah,
like you got lots of things going for it. I'm sure you can make Spider-Man movies nowadays that will make $1 billion, but if you reboot it again, that's not going to happen the first movie.
I mean, not now. I mean, now every time I go online on like Facebook or Twitter or something, everyone's saying boycott Sony. So I don't think if we do see a new Spider-Man movie that's only Sony, I don't think anyone's going to see it.
I think Disney has some fault here, though. Stop being greedy fucks. Just take whatever
Disney, deal. I think they're both at fault. I think both of them are being little bitches.
I say do the 7-movie deal so you can finish the Spider-Man story. Do a 2080 or something. Just like take the deal, Disney. You don't need more money. You have the merchandise.
Just right? Take whatever deal Sony wants to do. Because I think what I initially heard was that like Marvel wanted 50-50 on the Spider-Man, and then they wanted to have a little bit of take on the Sony movies and like have some off of that.
It was actually reported that they wanted 50-50 on every Spider-Man property.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, so if Venom 2
came
out,
doesn't make any sense because that
doesn't either. But the also with that was apparently all the rights to the villains were going to go with Spider-Man to the MCU. That's why that was like that.
And that completely throws out the whole universe, and Sony wouldn't want that because they want to do this whole weird.
So I think Disney's being greedy fucks.
Yeah,
stop it. Let Sony do their stupid universe.
Yeah, let Sony do whatever they want.
Try to get some other villains, maybe like be like, okay, can we share Venom or can we share something else?
Yeah.
So you can do some more movies, but like, stop trying to up the percentage of your box office revenue. I'm sorry.
Well, I think Disney is just like, hey, we're tired of not having all of our characters. We want total control over everything. And Sony's like, no, fuck you.
If they're doing that, why don't you go after Universal?
Well, we'll talk about that soon because there's some shit that came out that has me curious about the whole Universal thing. But I don't think Universal is as stingy as like everyone says they are. No. I just don't think Marvel really has any like ideas for any of those characters, and they haven't used them because like he works best as a side guy, so they just use him as a side guy. Yeah,
apparently the deal was they can use Hulk in any movie, but if it's a solo movie, the Universal makes it. That's like the whole deal.
Yeah, I think Universal will be down for it. They'll be like, all right, cool.
So Universal makes a little bit of money off Hulk every year.
Yeah,
just because Marvel uses them, but then they don't have to do any work for it either. And they don't have to pay any money for it either, which I think that's what Sony should do. Don't pay any money, just let Marvel make the movies, and then you make the money off the movies.
Yeah,
don't produce it, just let Disney do it.
That might have been what Disney wanted. They're like, no, we want everything. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see.
If I was running this show, I'd be like, Sony, whatever you want. Just let me have the rights.
Just let Spider-Man stay here. I don't care what happens. I don't care what villains you give it. You could give us the bottom of the barrel of villains. Just let Spider-Man.
Give us Hydro Man. Give us
Hydro Man. Give us fucking Hobgoblin. Give us the villains that nobody cares about. Just keep him. Give us Beetle, for fuck's sake.
We'll use other characters' villains if we have to. Just give us Spider-Man.
I mean, they do that anyway.
I think it'd be really dope if they get him back and then they eventually kill off Peter Parker and they do a Miles Morales thing.
I don't know if they'll ever kill him off.
But this is also like kill Peter Parker off.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever officially kill Peter Parker, especially not the Tom Holland one.
This is what's interesting with this, though, is that Disney almost, I think, has a backup plan because they own TV rights outright. So they can make this a Disney Plus show, live action with Tom Holland, and continue it, but they could never put him in another movie.
That is true. They could do that.
Because they own the animated and live action TV rights.
And a live action Spider-Man TV show would be fucking sick.
It would if it's big budget. Like
if it's big budget. So maybe there's loopholes.
So I feel like Disney's just like, okay, Sony, I told you your 3 options, and if you don't do any of those, I can just make it anyways on my streaming service. So like, what?
Just fucking slap that bitch on TV.
I feel like they're pressuring Sony so hard right now, and Sony's trying to stand up to them, but they're the big bully in the yard, and there's nothing they can do about it.
Yeah,
and it's just sad. Which I think somebody needs to stand up to Disney, but not about the fucking MCU. Don't mess with the MCU.
Sony has some balls to stand up to Disney. Like, what
the
fuck do you have to stand up to Disney?
This little ant of a company when it comes
your little footnote to Disney.
Universal and Warner Brothers would be way better suited to stand up to Disney.
Universal has been around for like 100 and something years, and they have all kinds of properties. Like they can fucking stand up to Disney. Warner Brothers, that's questionable. Sony, not even close.
Warner Bros. Has DC, and they got the Matrix. They got some backbone.
Yeah, they got some stuff, but it's not like none of those are Disney quality.
Universal's got Jurassic Park and all that shit. You know, Universal.
Universal.
Now, if all 3 of them were doing it, maybe.
But Sony alone is just being like, yo, Sony is Captain America when he's standing up against Thanos and his army. Like, you're going to lose, and you know that.
I feel like either way, though, for Sony, it's going to come out a bad deal for them. But
because everyone's saying fuck Sony, and so whatever movie Sony puts on next, nobody's going to see it, and they'll lose money.
That, and even if they give the rights back, they're not going to make as much money as they have in the previous 2. So So either way, Sony's kind of fucked here, but we'll see what happens, I guess.
We shall see.
I have some other Marvel news.
I have some Marvel stuff before we get into D23 stuff. I have apparently Taika Waititi met with Ryan Gosling, and apparently everyone's saying that Ryan Gosling is going to be in Thor 4. It's all rumored, but
no, I don't think
everyone thinks that.
What would he play?
He could be fucking, I don't know, he could be Beta Ray Bill.
Fucking no, he's too short.
He's too short. He's a horseman, Devin. He's not going to actually be there.
Well,
it'll be like a Bradley Cooper rocket thing. He's just a CG horseman.
He's just doing the voice?
Sure, I don't know. Why the hell not? Why would he be on set for that? You're not going to see his face ever. He's a horse.
Maybe. I don't know.
He could pull off playing a horseman.
I really hope Beta Ray Bill's in Thor 4. Like, you better.
He better be. He's in the universe. They reference him in fucking Ragnarok.
Give me it. Let the fans go crazy.
Well, I'm not that excited about it.
I am. I want to see him pick up that golden hammer and just smack Thor straight in the face with it.
I think he's going to look terrifying.
I don't care. I don't care at all.
I think he's going to look so spooky.
We're getting Natalie Portman back as Thor, so that's going to be odd.
Yeah, get fucking.
We're gonna have 3 fucking Thors running around.
3.
Thor, Natalie Portman, and Beta Ray Bill.
That's true. Yeah, it's gonna have a Thor verse.
And Cap.
The Thor verse. Cap's dead, so that doesn't count. If Vision comes back, then Vision.
Vision's a robot. He doesn't.
But he was worthy.
He was worthy. He's a robot.
But he's fucking lifted the thing. You're trying to tell me he's not worthy? He lifted the hammer.
Ultron could pick it up. He's a robot.
But he didn't.
He didn't try.
No.
I bet you he could have.
Why? It's not because he's a robot. It's because he was worthy. Because when he was born, he wasn't good or bad. He was just.
That has to do with life forms. They even say it in the movie. If it's in an elevator, it'll still go up because it's fucking mechanical.
That was a joke between Captain America and
I know.
But like, I don't think that's real.
I don't think he's worthy.
I think he's worthy.
I think he's a robot that can just pick it up.
Because it was clearly stated in the first Thor movie that only those who are worthy can pick up Thor's hammer.
What the hell has tried to pick it up that's not living? So you have no other reference. Exactly.
Vision's worthy. Fuck you. Why would he not be worthy?
Until I get confirmation.
Why would he not be worthy? Everyone, I guarantee you, everyone would agree with me that he's worthy.
Until I get confirmation that it was not, it has to do with anything and not just life forms, then I'm going to say he's not. But
Vision is an android.
He's not living.
He's not robot. He's not a robot. He's an android.
He's a robot.
Androids are like half robots.
Well, he's dead now, so it doesn't fucking matter.
What if he comes back?
I got some news on that, possibly. So it's D23 stuff. Okay, you got anything else that's not D23?
Oh, that's all the stuff I have outside of D23.
Okay. So, do you want to talk about the new shit they released, or do you want to talk about other stuff before that?
We can talk about whatever, because there's so much shit that came out.
All right. Well, we'll talk about the one movie and the 3 shows that Marvel has released. We'll start with my least favorite one, Miss Marvel. What do you think?
Miss Marvel. This is weird. It's weird that they didn't call Carol Danvers Miss Marvel and that her movie wasn't called Miss Marvel because Carol Danvers was Miss Marvel. And I thought they were like trying to avoid some like sexist thing where it's like, oh, you gotta have Miss in the title because she's a girl. But apparently they're using it, so it doesn't matter.
I think they called her Captain Marvel so they could do this. I think that's why.
I guess. But like,
I think they had a thing in the back of their mind, like maybe one day we'll do Miss Marvel and we'll.
I mean, maybe. But it's just weird to me because I'm more used to Carol Danvers as Miss Marvel. But it's gonna be neat to see Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel, a show, which is weird. It's gonna be interesting, I guess. And now that Spider-Man's gone, she's gonna be the next, like the new kid. Like
the only thing I can see this being an issue is like, okay, you're doing this and then you're going to do Fantastic Four. It's like you're doing 2 stretchy people at the same time.
She's not in the Fantastic Four though.
I know, but like it's the same.
And how far is this out? Like, did they say like when this is coming out?
2022, I think.
Jesus. I mean, we don't know when Fantastic Four is coming out, so maybe they'll have some kind of gap. And it is already like in the comics, it's already like, oh, there's like 15 stretchy people and shit. So like, it's true. It doesn't matter.
I don't know. This is going to be basically a long movie because it's said it's going to be 6 episodes.
Yeah.
But like, if this is teenage Miss Marvel, correct? Like, that's what I'm thinking.
I think she's. I'm not 100%. I'm not like an expert on Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. I think she's like the same age as like Miles is in the comics, and Miles is like 12. So I don't know. They could age her up a little bit to make her like 15 or whatever. Because they're not gonna. There's no way they're gonna get a fucking 12-year-old who can act. So maybe she'll be like 15, 16 or something.
I'm not I don't know a lot about Miss Marvel, but I have no idea like what kind of story they do with this because I don't know any of her villains. If she even has villains, I have no idea.
I don't really know a whole lot about her.
No clue, but we'll see. I guess we'll see.
I'm not really concerned with like villains in the MCU because they pull villains from all over the place. She could fucking fight Doctor Doom for fuck's sakes. Like it doesn't matter.
True. I feel like this is going to be more of a crossover type show. Like this is going to help connect things more than anything.
It could. That would be interesting.
Like, okay, here's like the street level characters and here's the younger characters and how they interact. That's kind of what I feel.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if any of these are going to get like more than 1 season either.
I mean, if they're successful, they will.
I'm sure some of them will. Like maybe this one, She-Hulk.
She-Hulk. Now this one was interesting because we were talking about the Universal stuff.
Yes.
How does this whole thing work?
I think the Hulk deal actually joints with all of that. I think they can use the characters, but maybe they bought She-Hulk outright. I don't know. That's
strange, but it's interesting because She-Hulk is an interesting character.
It's a Universal thing. This is Disney. So
yeah, so maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe they just bought Universal and we didn't know about it.
Because I mean, if it's true about the Namor shit, Namor is a Universal character technically.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how this works, but
it's fascinating.
It is. I'm actually quite interested in this one.
Isn't She-Hulk like self-aware? Isn't she like Deadpool?
I don't know if she's quite
to that extent, but isn't she aware that like she's in the comic or whatever?
I think she's also way more interesting than the Hulk. I think
she is,
personally, because she doesn't just get angry and get like big. She's always She-Hulk.
She's still like a person when she's the Hulk. She can still like think for herself.
And she's smart and
she's a lawyer, which would have been fucking cool if we saw Matt Murdock in it. But they're not gonna do that because they're dumb. I hate it. I hate everything.
They gotta wait till the rights revert back from the Netflix.
But it's not gonna be Charlie Cox.
No, probably won't. It'll be rebooted.
Everything sucks.
Everything sucks. This could be a really dope show, to be honest.
She-Hulk?
Yeah.
Could be a lot of fun.
I have some interest in this.
Could be a lot of fun.
Because if they go the route of the lawyer and shit, and like, do you think she'll be an outcast? I've also heard that this is like gonna take place in between Infinity War and Endgame, and she gets created with the Hulk when Hulk's trying to turn himself into Professor Hulk.
I mean, that's really cool, and I hope it does, because I was kind of when they did the 5 years later thing in Endgame, I was like, I want stories within that 5 years, like now. And then when they announced all this stuff and it didn't really seem like they were doing anything with that, like what happened in between, like what happened in that 5 years, I got like really pissed off. So hopefully like some of these shows take place like during that 5 years, because I think it could have a really interesting story there.
Kind of like the effect of, even though you lose superheroes, more will rise, and like this is the thing.
Like how many pissed off like vigilante like husbands are out there, like
exactly, like this could be like, oh, the superheroes died, but these are the people that were left, and they came and they kind of stepped up to the plate once they left, and now that they're all back, they're all just kind of still there. Yeah,
you could do that. That would be the perfect kind of place to introduce like Moon Knight or something. Just like he just fucking lost his mind in the 5 years or whatever.
Speaking of Moon Knight, we're getting official. It's official. Moon Knight is coming to the MCU, and I'm so hyped.
Ooh, yeah, they've been talking about this for like 20 years almost.
And I told you information. It is not what's his face is not playing Moon Knight.
Yeah, that's the other news we'll talk about in a minute.
Yes,
but I'm excited for this because Moon Knight is like one of my favorite Marvel characters. He always has been. But at the same time, this is Disney, and the Moon Knight comics are fucked up and bloody and violent and kind of dark. And I don't think we're gonna see full like 100% Moon Knight, which kind of sucks. But I think they could really have a lot of fun with the whole like, oh, does he have powers or is he just a fucking lunatic? Like, I think they could have a lot of fun with that.
That could be I'm so glad this is a show other than a movie. It works way better.
Make a Moon Knight movie.
I remember a couple of years ago, before Disney Plus was announced, we're like, they should do a Netflix show for this.
Yeah,
but now it's like this is official. It's part of the MCU, and it makes me so happy.
If they announced a Moon Knight movie, I would have been pissed, because that is not a character that you want to waste.
No, you have to flesh this character out a lot. And the only thing he needs to interact with other people besides just random people, like interact with other superheroes. That's what makes Moon Knight dope, is that he's I think
they'll definitely do that. I mean, the first season he might just be on his own, just like establish him, and then
I don't want him in the Avengers or anything, but like have him interact with people.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I want to see Bushman. Bring in fucking Bushman.
This is the one that like its story that could write itself. Basically, like, there's so much you could do with it.
Yeah, the first season is like already there. It's just like, hey, this guy who's just fucking nuts.
As long as you cast Moon Knight correctly,
that's the thing that I'm most worried about. Like, who are they gonna get? Are they gonna get some rando?
I thought it was gonna be Kit or whatever his name is.
Harrington.
Yeah,
which I would have been okay with that, because
he was
Moon Knight.
Everybody kept saying, "Oh, he's gonna be in the MCU. He's gonna be in the MCU," and then it dropped that this shit, and I'm like, "Is he gonna be Moon Knight?" And then somebody else came out, and it's like, "Oh, he's probably gonna be Moon Knight," and I'm like, "No."
Yeah, I wouldn't want him as Moon Knight.
I was like, I could see it maybe working, but I don't really want that.
I don't want fucking Keanu Reeves as Moon Knight either.
Nah, that probably won't happen.
I wanted Jake Gyllenhaal originally, because Jake Gyllenhaal is really good at playing fucking psychopaths, because he is one.
Where's James McAvoy?
Get James McAvoy.
If they get him, it'd be perfect.
They get him. This is gonna be like my favorite show next to Daredevil. Like, fuck, dude.
It'd be fucking amazing. And then the last thing released was a movie, Black Panther 2, officially
got a release date.
Officially got a release date, May 6, 2022. Ryan Coogler to return, along with Chadwick Boseman.
I'm glad it's called Black Panther 2, and it doesn't have some subtitle like Black Panther Out of the Jungle, like some fucking thing.
Well, sorry to disappoint you. Ryan Coogler said there will be a subtitle. He just doesn't know what it is yet.
Of course. Of course. Just call it Black Panther 2.
We haven't had a number movie since Iron Man 3.
Okay, why is that an issue to just have a number on it?
I don't know.
They called it Iron Man 2 and Iron Man 3 because if it was like Iron Man, like Revenge of the Metal, like it would have sounded dumb.
They could call it Black Panther: A Tale of Two Kings or something.
I mean, they could. That's actually kind of good if Namor's in it. But just call it fucking Black Panther 2. And if they do that, which they probably will, they'll have A Tale of Two Kings.
There you go. You get both.
Fuck it. It'll be like Jungle to Jungle.
Yeah, like when they announced it, which I wasn't expecting them to announce any movie shit at all at D23.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either.
I don't know. Is this, before I say this, is this Phase 4 considered?
2022, I think so. It might be the beginning of like Phase 5 because I know Phase 4 is only like 2 years, so I think they're shortening up the phase. So it could be Phase 5. I don't know.
The stuff they announced for Phase 4 was only 2 years. Yeah, it was only out till 2021, which is scary. This is a lot of shit in 3 years.
It is. There's so much shit.
It's a lot of
mostly TV shows. There's a lot of TV shows.
There's only 6.
That's a lot.
6 movies in 3 years.
Yeah. And there's like 15 television shows coming out.
We don't know when Blade comes out, but
they haven't. I think Blade might be like Phase 5 because they just announced it and was like, "Oh, it's happening." That might be Phase 5.
Phase 5 has potential to be amazing, to be honest.
It does. It could.
If you introduce all these characters and they're good, and then you bring back Guardians 3, and you do Ant-Man 3, and it could.
I don't know if we'll get Ant-Man 3.
I'm sure we'll probably get an Ant-Man. So he'll show up in something.
If we do, I hope it's a prequel with fucking Michael Douglas.
Throw him in Moon Knight or something.
Throw Ant-Man and Moon Knight together? Oh my god.
Have him show up in a TV show. You never know.
I mean, he could. Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, whenever they announced Black Panther 2, Ryan Coogler came out on stage and he was like, calm down. It's not 2. It was a subtitle.
Why did they even fucking call it Black Panther 2 then if there's going to be a subtitle?
Because he doesn't know what the title is yet. So.
How long have you been working on this, Ryan Coogler? Come up with the title already.
I don't know. Maybe he's just waiting for the perfect moment. Who knows?
Probably hasn't even fucking written the script yet.
He probably... I feel like MCU has like, okay, this is what I kind of want to happen.
He's probably just like, I want to do the same movie again. I want to bring back Michael B. Jordan.
Better fucking not bring back Michael B. Jordan. I swear.
I want to fucking put Donald Glover in this for some reason.
Swear to God. We got some Loki news, the Loki show.
Ooh.
We got the runtime.
What is it?
6 hours.
So 6 episodes.
Yeah.
Is this going to be like Game of Thrones where every episode's like an hour?
I'm going to bet 45 minutes. I'm going to guess they round it up to...
All right, that's good. And are these like the Mandalorian where they're coming out weekly or is it all dumped?
I think it's weekly. So I don't know. Because they spaced them out enough to where they could do it weekly. Because they're all like a couple months apart.
Yeah.
So I feel like they have them spaced out to where once one ends, another one starts.
Yeah, I mean they could do that if they wanted to.
Because like they have 3 shows a year, and if there's 6 episodes, that's 6 weeks. So that's like a month and a half or something. So
yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. And then some WandaVision news.
WandaVision, yeah, there was some cast news for some of these shows.
Yeah.
Which is really fascinating and really interesting.
Fucking Darcy from Thor is coming back.
Which sucks, but all right.
And then who else?
Randall Park, who played Jimmy Woo.
Yeah.
And Wasp.
Which I'm kind of, this is kind of cool. I don't know why he's coming back in WandaVision. And then there was another girl, which I don't know who she is. I don't recognize her from something.
Oh, are you talking about the black lady?
No, there was a white chick.
Oh, Catherine Hahn.
Where was she at?
She's a new character they're adding. She's just gonna be like a noisy neighbor.
Oh, okay.
So she's just gonna be some random like fuck. She's not a character.
Okay. And then we got
I like Catherine Hahn. She's funny.
This is I don't know if this was like a slip of the tongue and like it wasn't meant to be said or if like it just took out of context. But somebody was talking about WandaVision and it makes the title make more sense. But they were talking about what it's going to be about, and it's going to be about Wanda's perfect vision with Vision, and it's like, okay, so is this show not real?
It's exactly what I said it was going to be.
I know.
It's beat for beat exactly what the fuck I said it's going to be. So again, I was right.
I don't know if that's true. I don't know if like that's exactly what it's going to be about. But
that sounds awesome for a TV show.
You think so? Something that's not real?
Yeah, I think it'll be real in the sense that like she's making it all happen, but to her it's real, but to everybody else, like if she just creates this whole like fake reality, like if she just fucking goes nuts and creates this fake reality where Vision is still alive, like that's fucking really interesting.
Yeah, I feel like this could hint towards House of M, which I hope
it really could
fucking happens, because that's one of my favorite comics.
Really could
ever.
And it could eventually we could see her as a villain because she just loses her fucking mind. I want to see Scarlet Witch as a villain because she would be a fucking badass villain.
Could do Dark Phoenix, but do it correctly almost.
Do it with Scarlet Witch and not Jean Grey.
Yeah, could be amazing. We got some what if news. This is kind of interesting.
What if?
So they released how many episodes it's going to be? 23.
3. That's fair. That makes sense.
And apparently each episode is a what if for each movie of Indian Infinity Saga. That's why it's 23.
I guess I don't really like that, but all right.
But we've got an official one of the episodes is Captain Carter. That's the first Captain.
Yeah, they were talking about that. I saw a screenshot of it, and the animation. I didn't see it in motion, so I don't know how it's going to look like moving.
But the
animation looks kind of neat.
Yeah, it's different for sure.
But I hope every episode is not like that. I hope that's just for that. I want it to be different each episode.
Then there was a rumor / kind of confirmed thing with Captain America: The Winter Soldier's what if it's Captain America versus zombies.
Why what does that have to do with Winter Soldier?
Apparently instead of the government hiding Hydra, they're hiding a virus type thing.
Hiding zombies, Marvel zombies.
Yeah, so that's
that could be fun. That could be. Is Chris Evans coming back as Captain America?
I don't know. No idea.
Just gonna get some chucklefuck who sounds like Chris Evans.
Some of these movies, I'm like, why would you want to do a what if for like Ant-Man?
Yeah. What if? I hope if they do another season of What If, I hope they like go fucking like balls to the wall with like, let's see Iron Man as like a baby. Let's take Thor and make him Captain America. Let's take like go nuts.
Like Avengers 1, all the Avengers die except for Thor. It's like,
or let's put Thanos in the Avengers. Like, what would Thanos be like if he was an Avenger? If he was a good guy? Like, do just completely. I don't care if it's like what an alternate Captain America First Avenger would look like, because we got the movie. Like, I don't give a fuck. Do something like go nuts. This is their opportunity to do that, and I don't think they're gonna do that, which sucks.
This wasn't official, but this is what like a lot of media reports have been saying. So it probably is official. The 23 episodes, 1 per movie.
I mean, that makes sense, but I want them to fucking just go nuts.
But see, like, what's weird is that like can they do the Incredible Hulk movie? Can they do a what if on that? Can they do a Homecoming and Far From Home one? Can they?
I don't know if they could do SpiderMan, but they could probably do Hulk if they're doing She-Hulk.
They probably can actually, because they own the TV rights. So
yeah, they could. Fuck Sony. I would love to see a Wolverine and Hulk fight episode and bring Hugh Jackman in to do the fucking Wolverine voice.
That'd be dope.
Mark Ruffalo. That would be fucking sick.
I feel like Infinity War has a lot of potential to do a what if.
Yeah.
So does Endgame.
But again, I don't like want any of that. I just want put Thanos in the Iron Man suit. Like, what if Thanos was Tony Stark? Like,
Age of Ultron would be amazing if they did it like the comics where Ultron kills everybody.
Yeah, he actually takes over the world.
Yeah, that'd be a good.
That would actually be a lot of fun.
That'd be a good what if. I can see that. And then that's all I have for everything except for the Eternals.
There was casting news for Falcon and Winter Soldier.
Oh,
which is interesting. They're bringing back Sharon Carter, so she's no longer just going to be a pointless, useless character that just stands in the background.
I remember seeing that.
So they're going to give her more depth, which is cool.
Emily Van Camp.
And the big news, we kind of talked about this last week. U.S. Agent has been cast.
Yeah,
Walker, motherfucker.
You didn't know it was U.S. Agent until I told you.
I didn't know he was fucking, because I know him as Cap, because he took over as Cap once. I didn't know it was the same fucking guy. I know U.S. Agent though. But it's Wyatt Russell, who's one of Kurt Russell's many children,
which I'm kind of excited for.
I like Wyatt Russell a lot. He's really good.
This could be dope. This could be.
He's got a really good jaw. He's got.
I'm glad they didn't make this a show, like a U.S. agent show. I'm glad they kind of integrated him into this.
Yeah, it'd be weird if they gave him his own thing.
I feel like he could fit into this really well with Bucky and Falcon. Falcon as Cap. And
do you think we'll ever actually like officially get a John Walker? Like maybe he shows up and he's like, "Yo, motherfucker, you ain't Cap."
I think that's what. I feel like that's what he's gonna be during the show. That's what
he's gonna be Captain America.
No, not he's gonna be Captain, but that's his morale type thing. Like he sees Falcon, he's like, no.
Well, I mean, the fact that it's called Falcon and Winter Soldier could kind of hint to that. Like maybe he's not. Maybe he comes because John Walker, I think in the comics is like the government appointed Captain America, where he's controlled by the government. So maybe the government comes and is like, no, and then they give up the shield, and then maybe they have to get it back, or maybe they have to like prove themselves or something. Because I don't think Falcon is necessarily going to be Captain America all the time in the show. I think maybe the final episode he'll finally be like, I'm fucking Captain America. I don't know.
Could be. I don't know. I'm excited to see what they have planned for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier one is like my favorite of the shows announced. So.
Yeah, this show could be a lot of fun. And
Except
I also
Moon Knight
Moon Knight's gonna be it's either gonna be amazing or it's gonna be shit.
Yeah, there's no in between. It can't be mediocre.
Yeah. But. And I also realized from seeing Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan at fucking D23, we kind of are Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan if we were like rich and famous,
ripped.
Like if
we are none of those things.
Like they're both like sarcastic fucks who like don't give a fuck about anything.
That scene in fucking Civil War, whenever he's like, "Can you move your seat up?" and he's like, "No." I was like, "That's fucking." It's like exactly.
It's us, man. We need to make a movie.
It's fucking amazing.
Fucking superheroes.
No, we couldn't do that. We're not.
I probably could. I'm not in shape.
We're not cut out to be superheroes.
We're not.
I'm a superhero.
I'm a superhero.
You got anything else besides Eternal stuff?
No. The Eternal stuff is next.
Did you hear who Kit Harington is playing?
Yes, he's playing Black Knight, and it's very strange. I don't know which Black Knight he's playing because there's like 3 different ones. It's strange that Black Knight is going to show up in the Eternals because he's not an Eternal. He's
not, but if they do Earth stuff beforehand, because like the main character dude isn't an Eternal either. The main guy, he's from Earth, so and he gets like captured or taken by the Eternals or something. And then, but if they start out on Earth and it's during this time period, like because you know how they said this takes place during the past.
I mean, yeah, they could do that.
That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know.
It's just a weird character to like put in this movie.
I feel like they want to do Black Knight so bad, but like, where the fuck can we do it? Because
let's just throw him in.
But I also feel like this could be a noir thing, like, you know, like that, like do that kind of time period for the Eternals, and then kind of like introduce them, and then you could do a show about like noir or whatever. I don't know,
noir,
like just like black and white noir type place.
Why would you do that with Eternals though?
I don't know, because it takes place in the past. I don't know.
I mean. Yeah, you probably could with one of those characters. You could probably have some kind of like 50s like kind of noirish type movie or whatever. I noticed they also like they showed because they brought out the cast and then they like showed the characters in their costumes.
Yeah.
The costumes look so dumb. They just look like everyone's just in like robes.
They look better than the fucking Inhumans.
Well, yeah, but that was Inhumans was made for like $5.
I'm not too worried about the costumes because I don't know anything about the Eternals anyways.
The costumes in the comics, I'm not like an Eternals fan or anything, but like I've seen them because we've been talking about stuff. They look so like weird, and like each one has like a different like weird like goofy like fun costume, and I'm like I'd like a little bit of that in the thing. Like they're all just wearing robes, and I'm just like, all right.
This could be a Captain Marvel situation though. I mean, like they have a different costume at the beginning.
Put them in the goddamn costumes.
Like
more origin bullshit.
I remember everybody lost their fucking mind when the
Captain Marvel has worn a green costume before.
I know, but everybody lost their minds when that still came out, and they're like, "What? It's not the red, blue, and
whatever
yellow
fucking costume." I don't want people in robes anymore unless they're Doctor Strange people.
Doctor Strange is the only one, and Wong.
He's the other one, and Wong.
Fucking Wong. Where's Wong? He better be in Doctor Strange 2.
You want more?
That was his only line in the Endgame, I think.
Yeah, it was. He didn't get snapped away, did he? Was he still alive?
It was never confirmed nor denied if he did. So
why the fuck didn't he help them go back in time?
Why would they need him? Maybe he did die. I don't know.
Why would they not need him? He's a magic man.
The only people that know about him is Tony and
fucking Hulk.
Yeah,
they know of him.
Maybe they forgot about him.
Forget about the one Asian guy in the movie. Fucking racists. Yo, racist Avengers.
He'll come back in Shang-Chi.
That'd be fucking neat. Shang-Chi's gonna be so cool, dude.
I'm so excited. That's one of that and Doctor Strange 2 is one of my favorite Phase 4.
Hell yeah, dude. The multiverse of madness.
Speaking of Phase 4 shit, there was a Black Widow semi-teaser trailer.
I saw a brief bootleg.
Yeah.
Of 30 seconds of it.
Yeah. Did you see there was nothing interesting in the actual teaser trailer, but that I saw. Did you see the logo thing happen though? Did you see that? Okay. There was showing the logo popped up and it was Black Widow walking down a hallway towards a bunch of guys, and then it zoomed in on the Black Widow logo and it just popped up Black Widow. And I feel like this is going to be an homage to the Daredevil hallway scene. I really do. It's what it looked like.
Probably will be, and it's probably going to be awesome, but it's just the fact that Marvel has just kind of disowned all these fucking shows is ridiculous.
It's set up the same exact way. It's at the end of the hallway.
It's not going to be anywhere near as good as either of those hallway fights.
It could be, just because
it'll be good. I'm sure it'll look cool.
Big budget hallway fight scene.
What made the first Daredevil hallway fight cool was how simple and how it took place in this tiny little hallway. It wasn't Daredevil doing 50 backflips and throwing shit. It was just him just punching people in the fucking face. And it was all one shot, one take. I don't know if they're gonna do that.
I don't know either.
I hope they do. But
people are really excited for this Black Widow movie though.
I mean, it seems interesting. From what I've seen, it looks like a fun action movie. I just don't think that it has any right to exist.
As long as Taskmaster's dope, it should be all right.
As long as he doesn't look like a Power Ranger.
I don't care what he looks like, as long as he's dope.
I care what he looks like. He needs to look like Taskmaster.
It should be fine.
Also, fucking forgot about this. A piece of Eternals news. There was an actress in Captain Marvel who was recast and is going to be in Eternals, which is strange.
The little kid, the black chick's little kid.
No, not her. That's something else. She was one of the Kree characters. She was the blue Kree lady.
The blue Kree lady.
That was on Captain Marvel's team. I don't know the character. At the beginning when they go to
yeah. I know what you're talking about.
She's going to be in Eternals. She was a different character.
That's weird. Okay.
I don't know why, but that's cool.
I guess. I remember they aged up. I don't remember what it was for. They aged up the kid from Captain Marvel.
Yeah, that's for WandaVision. She's going to be in that.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember if it was what it was for, but yes, that makes sense.
Yeah, she's going to be in WandaVision.
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 I have a feeling. What?
Have you seen the Mr. Sunday movies talk about WandaVision?
No.
He always calls it Long Division, and it's the funniest fucking thing I've ever heard.
That's kind of funny.
It's so funny.
I think all these stuff they announced at D23 is Phase 4 stuff, to be honest. I don't think it's Phase 5.
I mean, it could be. I think some of it might be.
Some of it?
I think Moon Knight could be Phase, because they don't even have anybody cast yet for Moon Knight or She-Hulk.
I mean,
they could push that stuff out.
3 years out.
3 years.
So,
because if all of this stuff comes out within the next couple of years, that's a lot of stuff.
All of it is predicted to come out in the next 3 years.
That's fucking nuts.
All the Phase 4 stuff had actual dates, except for Blade. Black Panther has an actual date, and then the 3 shows they released don't have actual dates; they're TBA. But
yeah, I'd say just make those Phase 5. They don't need Phase 4.
Phase 3 was fucking what? 3 years?
It was 5 years, wasn't it?
2016 to 2019.
4 years.
Yeah, because Civil War was 2016, right? That was beginning of Phase 3. So yeah, if they make this 3 years, it fits in the timeline. Fucking Phase 1 was super long.
Yeah, Phase 1, because they did one movie a year.
Yeah. Well, that was 4 years too. Phase 2 was short.
5 years, I think.
Phase 2 was short.
Phase 2 was shorter because
it was 2 years.
Two.
It's 2. Maybe that's what they're doing.
It in 2 years, was it?
2012 to 2015, 3 years.
Yeah, that wasn't 2 years.
But only one movie came out in 2015. Did Avengers come out in 2015? Or that come
Avengers 2 came out in 2015, and so did Ant-Man.
Oh, okay, so yeah. Still, I feel like maybe the even phase are short because.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna make these phases shorter. I mean, which is good because I don't think they want to spend another 10 years building something. Like they're just gonna shorten it out a little bit.
Still have no idea which direction Phase 4 is going. Even with all these movies announced, I have no idea where it's all heading towards. Like even
I don't know.
Phase 1, I can see it like it's heading towards Infinity War. I can see it.
Well, I mean, at the time we didn't know.
Yeah, but I could like when going back, I'm like, okay, I can see it.
Well, yeah, it's all building to one, especially after teasing Thanos at the end of Avengers.
Yeah, Phase 2 is balls.
I kind of want them to build up to something. I kind of think like Thanos was the big bad guy. There's only like like 2 villains that you could do outside of Thanos that would actually like you could do another event thing too. And if we do see that, we don't necessarily need like each phase building up to that. I think if you are going to do that, you can build up to that, but just in like a different way. Because I don't need all movies to build up into one thing.
When the MCU eventually ends, who do you think their big bad, their final big bad? You think she saved Galactus for that?
I'd probably say Galactus, yeah.
How would you end the MCU? What would you do?
Galactus eats the planet.
That's kind of
everybody's dead.
That's dark.
That's how the fucking MCU should have ended, with Thanos snapped his fingers and everybody died.
You think Endgame should have ended with him snapping and it was just dead?
Endgame should have ended a lot of ways, in ways that it didn't end. That would have been better.
How? Like, how would you have ended it?
If I was in charge of the Marvel movies, and this is why I'm not, but I would have ended it when Hulk fucking snapped his fingers, and then that's it, because that's the end of the fucking movie.
Then you wouldn't get the big battle end.
Okay, maybe do something different. Maybe don't fucking. We had a whole movie that was big action scenes, and it was called Infinity War.
True.
Do something different. Feige. Usos.
Phase 3 is very different comparative to the others, I feel like. So Phase 4 is getting wacky.
Phase 3 had 2 starring movies with a black man and a female. That's very different.
Not that, just the tone. I feel like the Russo set the tone. Different. It is. The Russo set a tone for Phase 3. And except for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man and the Wasp sticks out a little bit of Phase 3.
Whatever,
because it's really goofy. There's the fucking scene where they go into the woods.
Ant-Man and Wasp is goofy, but Thor Ragnarok isn't goofy. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
Thor Ragnarok is a goof fest.
They're both goofy. Ant-Man and the Wasp is more kid goofy than...
I wouldn't say that. I'd say Thor Ragnarok's more kid goofy.
The thing that bugs me is when they go into the woods in Ant-Man and the Wasp, like in the big old facility. What's it called?
Yeah, like Pym's lab or whatever.
Yeah, it's in the woods. And they roll up to it and like, yeah, that's where they would be, in the fucking woods. And then it plays like the howl of the wolf. I'm like, what the hell? What's
wrong with that?
It just bugs me. It doesn't fit.
That's the weirdest complaint.
It sounded like a Scooby-Doo type moment, and I was just like, no.
I mean, it is also a fucking comedy. It's supposed to be goofy.
I guess, but that wasn't funny.
It's also called Ant-Man. Like
Ant-Man.
The first one was fucking stupid. Like the first one had a fight scene that took place on a little toy train.
But that was kind of smart. That was good. I like it. It was a good gag.
Like goofy and stupid.
That's one messed up looking dog.
Like, it's a fucking ant, you dumb cop.
You dumbass.
You fucking dumb shit.
But yeah, I feel like Phase 4 is getting super wacky with all their shit they're going.
I think it could have been a little bit wackier.
It could have been. But we don't know how Doctor Strange 2 and Shang-Chi are going to be. So
I want to see MODOK in something.
MODOK.
I want to see the fucking
AIM.
Well, we already saw AIM.
He's a part of AIM, isn't he? MODOK?
I don't know. He's a little chair face man.
The Advanced Idea Mechanics?
Yeah. Get Peter Dinklage.
Ready to be... Yeah. No, he's already a dwarf. You can't do that.
Make he's already a dwarf. What the hell does that mean?
In the MCU, he's already a dwarf.
I guess. Fucking put him in a fucking chair.
Get George Lopez.
George Lopez, are you?
Because he did Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Fuck you.
They did it already.
That wasn't MODOK though. He was a big face with like electric arms and shit.
Yeah, but like just do the same thing. Big face in a chair.
Big face. You could do that.
Fucking George Lopez in the MCU.
You could do that. I don't know if I want that, but you could do that.
I would do that.
Wesley Snipes. Have Wesley Snipes be it.
Ew. No.
Motherfucker, what?
Will Smith. Where's fucking Will Smith?
Will Smith is Deadshot, you fuck.
Not anymore.
He still is. He's just not in the next movie because he's like, oh, I got more important things to do. Because fuck.
Who would you make Will Smith in the MCU if you like had to put him in there somewhere?
I'd make him like Miles Morales' dad.
Would you? You wouldn't make him like anybody important?
He's like 65. Who the hell else would he be?
Moon
Blue
Knight.
Marvel? Well, he actually probably could be Blue Marvel because Blue Marvel's like an old man. So probably Blue Marvel. Moon Knight? Maybe if he was like 20 years younger, maybe.
You don't have to see him, just put him in the mask the whole time.
He still needs to look physically like a superhero when he's outside of this. He still needs to look fit and not have gray hair, Devin.
That's his cover.
Is old.
It's cover.
It's his cover. No.
Make him Uncle Ben.
I mean, maybe. Maybe. He'd be like the coolest Uncle Ben in the fucking world.
He just plays every character Will Smith has ever played.
Speaking of Uncle Ben, do you want to rank the SpiderMan movies?
If you want to.
You can.
Are we doing the MCU ones or just the Raimi and the Amazing?
Do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Well, we'll do them in chronological order. We'll figure out when we get there. How about that?
Okay.
Spider-Man 1.
Spider-Man.
Where's your props?
I don't own Spider-Man 1.
You fuck.
I don't own any of the Raimi trilogy.
You fuck. That's okay. Let's talk about
I don't really like these movies.
Controversial.
Hot take.
I
don't really like these movies.
What do you not like about Spider-Man 1 besides it's very outdated?
Spider-Man 1 is goofy fucking nonsense.
It is. It's very outdated now.
The most absurd fucking thing I've seen. I recently rewatched the whole trilogy like a year or two ago, and like the first time in a long time, and I'm like, these are fucking like goof fests, and not in like a good, not in like a campy fun way. They're just like bad.
The only thing I like from Spider-Man 1 is fucking Green Goblin.
I like
William Dafoe.
I love Willem Dafoe. That suit is the worst fucking suit I've ever seen in any comic book movie.
It's so bad.
It is terrible. And you have an actor like Willem fucking Dafoe who can act, he could play a paper bag and make it interesting. You cover his face every time he's being a fucking villain. Every time he's actually being interesting, you cover his fucking face.
It is. They had, what's stupid though is that they had like masks.
Yeah, they had the test footage of like the actual like animatronic face. That would have been awesome.
It would have been way better than the stupid hockey mask thing they did.
Yeah, it would have been fucking
motorcycle helmet or whatever.
Pajamas and a fucking motorcycle helmet. I'm like, this looks so stupid.
It was stupid. What about Toby? How do you feel about Toby?
I don't know what the hell we were all thinking back in like the early 2000s with this motherfucker. Tobey Maguire is not a good actor. I don't know why everyone's like, oh, he's fucking Spider. He's fucking terrible.
He pulls the nerd perfect.
He pulls off being awkward and uncomfortable. There's so many moments in the first Spider-Man, like when they're on the field trip and he's taking pictures, he's like, oh, can I take a picture? Like, I'm like, one, you're playing this like way too much, like awkward, like creepy weirdo nerd. And there's like just so many moments where I'm like, this dude deserves every bit of hate he's fucking getting. Like he's a fucking complete creep. I
hate the fact that they casted him and he's supposed to be playing a high school player and he's a fucking grown ass man in high school.
There's a teacher that shows up who looks younger than the fucking students.
He is younger. Did you know that? Yeah, the actor is younger than most of the
Who the fuck made that decision?
You could have made him an old guy. You didn't have to make him that guy.
Go on the street. I'm sure they filmed in New York. Go on the street in New York, get some homeless black guy. Put some clothes on him and say, hey, like, say one line.
$50 to say one line. Be like, all right.
Give him some pizza.
All right, bro, I got you. What about Kristen Dunst?
Kristen Dunst, she's fine. I mean, her entire role in this entire trilogy is just to be kidnapped and scream. That's all she does.
Scream. That's all I want. Scream. Act like you're getting tortured. Scream.
Exactly. She does nothing else.
And then I hate how outdated the first one is. It's so outdated.
It's very early 2000s.
The CG's very bouncy, like it's very rubbery.
CG's not great.
Do you remember the scene where the Green Goblin throws like a disintegrating bomb and they just turn into skeletons?
Fucking skeletons.
That's first of all, as a kid, this creeped me out so much.
Like, oh my God. As a kid, it's like he just murdered those people.
Second
like, this
of all,
is supposed to be a lighthearted, family fun adventure, and he just murdered. We saw people fucking get disintegrated. Devin, you know how furious that is.
That and when he turned around in the place that was on fire and he screams like a woman.
Yeah, he's a woman.
That scared me as a little kid too. I was like, "What the hell?" What is that?
Sam Raimi. That's his like horror roots fucking coming out.
God, like that was.
Spider-Man movies need to be scary.
Who thought that was a thing? But then what about James Franco? We haven't talked about the James Franco.
James Franco is a really good actor when he gives a shit. He does not give a shit.
No, he never does. Movies. What's sad though is I think it digresses more in each film.
Oh, we'll talk about it when we get to Spider-Man 3. Spider-Man 1 I can kind of forgive because he's like young and he hasn't like I think that was like one of his first like major roles in something. He still doesn't seem like he gives a fuck about anything that's going on. He's just kind of like, oh, I'm here, whatever. And then the whole movie, what's hilarious is that the whole movie, Willem Dafoe's just shitting all over him. He's just like, man, I wish you were more like Peter. Buh, you're a disappointment, you fucking shit. I'm like, why are you talking to your son like this? I mean, I'd probably do that if James Franco was my son too. But
what about the origin story? How'd you feel about the first live action origin story?
It's fucking Spider-Man's origin. I mean,
did you think the Uncle Ben thing they did it all right?
I mean, I think they do it a little differently in the comics. Because I think they do it like slightly different in the comics. I don't think it's like he goes into a thing and then comes out and like sees his uncle on the thing, like on the ground, like dying. I think it's a little bit different.
It's a little different. The wrestling, he does take up wrestling.
Yeah, he does do the wrestling stuff.
Which there's a fucking gay joke in there, which is very
it has not dated well. He's like, "Oh, did your husband make that for you, you fucking faggot?"
It's like, whoa,
Spider-Man, Jesus Christ,
that's not my Toby.
Homophobic. Well, that's Tobey Maguire.
He's got such a chub face too, and I'm like, what? You are not fucking Spider-Man. You got ripped for one scene when you're.
I don't think he actually was, because if you look at that scene, it looks like a lot of like airbrushing. I think he kind of got like relatively fit, and then they just like filled in everything else.
I think they pulled a Nick Cage and Ghost Rider.
Oh, for sure. His rubber abs or whatever.
Fucking abs on him.
Yeah, they might have. I wouldn't doubt it. I mean, he did get like a little bit fit. He did work out, but he wasn't like ripped out of his mind.
And then the MJ Spider-Man relationship, so bad.
It's so bad throughout the entire trilogy.
I know, it's so bad. It's so like what's weird though is that like they said they had chemistry on set. Like, you know,
no, they don't. And I think Kristen Dunst said she hated fucking Tobey Maguire.
Like they're so awkward.
It's so in the whole movie, he's fighting for Mary Jane. The whole movie, he wants Mary Jane. He's fighting to get Mary Jane as if she's some kind of prize, because women are prizes, I guess. That's what Spider-Man is trying to teach us. And then at the end, when she is like, she kind of likes him or whatever, and they kiss, and he's just like, no, fuck it. It's like, what the fuck is the whole point of the movie?
I need to go on my own path. It's like what?
And it's like a serious, like fucking end moment where he's like walking and it's raining, and it's like, this fucking DC movie, like Jesus.
What about Aunt May? What do you think about Aunt May?
I mean, it's fine. I mean, she serves no purpose other than to give motivational like monologues.
I hate those. They're so boring.
Like, oh, you're not Superman, you know. I'm like, all right, Superman exists in this universe.
Fuck you. Shut up.
And I've never been a fan of like the super old Aunt May. It's like, why is she so fucking old? She doesn't need to be that old.
Right. It's supposed to be his parents' sibling.
How the fuck old was his parents? He's 18.
Well, I mean,
parents are like 60.
Tobey Maguire was 30, so maybe
but he's playing like 18-year-old.
Maybe it is accurate.
Parents are like 72. Like, Jesus.
I feel like they casted Uncle Ben, and they're like, "You're perfect," but now we got to get somebody to match your age.
Have a fucking like 50-year-old Aunt May.
No,
maybe that could have been.
Maybe
I do like the actor who played Uncle Ben. He was also in Escape from L.A., which is a shit film.
Like him. I like him in this too. Him and William Dafoe are the only two people I like in this movie.
And fucking Bruce Campbell.
He shows up in all of them, and he's always a wacky dude.
Yeah, he was gonna be Mysterio.
Spider-Man 4 didn't happen.
And he gave Spider-Man his fucking name. So without Bruce Campbell,
Spider Boy.
It's like the human spider, and he's like, "That's a fucking dumb name."
Isn't that a reference? Didn't he call himself that for a little bit or something?
Probably. I don't know.
I think that's a reference to a comic, the human spider.
I still hate Tobey Maguire's voice.
He's God. I hate Tobey Maguire so much in all of these movies. I don't think these movies are bad. I don't think
the second one's bad, but I think 1 and 3 are bad.
1 and 3, 1 is tolerable. 3 is garbage.
3 are bad.
1
3 is awful. 1 is bad as well. It hasn't aged well.
No, none of them really have. 2's fared the best, but
2's came out the best, but
all of them haven't aged well. Is there anything else you want to say on Spider-Man 1?
Not really.
Nothing.
Willem Dafoe, there's no fucking reason to watch this. I mean, this movie is iconic and it is memorable. Like when you think of Spider-Man, this is kind of the first movie that pops in your head. But like, it's not good.
It's a piece of shit. Especially if it's outdated. What? 20 years later, like it's probably not going to be the best.
And it sucks that like there's so many all of these fucking Raimi fucks who like jerk off all 3 of these movies. They're like, oh, this is fucking Spider-Man. I'm like, you clearly haven't read any fucking Spider-Man comics because this is fucking bizarre nonsense.
If you're saying that, none of the Spider-Man are Spider-Man.
Exactly.
So
and I love like have you ever seen any like video essays of people talking about like Homecoming and they're like, this is not Spider-Man, and I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why the Sam Raimi movies are better.
Fuck you! It's Spider-Man for the MCU. It's not
always like these self-proclaimed huge Spider-Man fans are always like, oh, I like Spider-Man one way, and if he's not that one way, he fucking sucks. And I'm like, all right.
No, they just saw the Raimi films and they're like, that's the first. That's what it's always going to be.
First, that's the best.
It's not. Fucking
if Spider-Man's not like homeless and a fucking idiot loser, then that's not Spider-Man.
Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man. Fight me on it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Tobey is the second best.
No, that's Andrew Garfield by a mile.
I'm not a big fan of Andrew Garfield. We'll get into that.
Nobody is.
Spider-Man 2.
Spider-Man 2.
What do you think?
This movie's actually, I'd say it's decent. I wouldn't say it's great. I wouldn't even say it's good. I'd say it's decent.
I say it's good. I say it's good.
I'd say it's decent. I hate how all of the villains in this trilogy are just fucking crazy people. They're all just like out of their mind lunatics.
I think Doc Ock is the best villain of the Raimi franchise.
Make him a little sympathetic and stuff, but he's just a fucking crazy person.
He's for sure the best villain of the franchise.
All of them have like dual personalities. I'm like, you couldn't have come up with anything else. Villain in this trilogy has dual personalities.
I think the horror aspect of when Doc Ock first gets his arms, that's actually a really good scene.
It's cool.
I like that scene.
Yeah.
It's isn't it like almost a direct rip off of one of his other movies or something though?
No, it has an Evil Dead reference in it with the chainsaw.
Oh yeah. That's what it was. But I think that's a really clever scene.
Yeah, they shoot around a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's really good. And then I hated this aspect of the movie, where he loses his powers. That's so stupid.
That's dumb. I know that's like part of the comics and that happens, or Spider-Man No More or whatever. But like, there's no like real reason he does. He's just kind of like, I don't want to be Spider-Man anymore, so therefore my powers are gone. Like, all right, he loses faith in himself.
In love or whatever.
How does that make your fucking powers go away, you bitch?
Jealous.
That's why Tobey Maguire sucks.
It's just
his weakness is love. Are you fucking kidding me?
Superman's got kryptonite.
Batman has bullets, and then fucking Spider-Man is just love.
It's just you love him too much.
That's fucking stupid.
Shrivels up into a raisin. Fucking dies.
I also don't like the organic webbing. I don't really like that.
I forgot to ask you about that. Yeah, why? Spider-Man almost never had organic webbing. He has a couple times for different writers.
He only had organic webbing after the movies came out, and then they kind of changed it in some comics to make him have that.
But it's just dumb. It makes him the web shooter aspect is the smart Peter Parker version.
Yeah, Peter Parker showing off his smarts,
which the MCU did right because he made his own web shooters.
In the Andrew Garfield version, but everyone's gonna shit on that because it's Andrew Garfield.
I guess there's that stupid. We'll get into that. There's that stupid montage that I don't like.
That's a different. That's the second movie, and that's not related to that scene.
Whatever. What else happens in Spider-Man? Oh, the train fight. That's one. That's one of my favorite.
Cool moment. I like that.
It's one of my favorite action scenes.
There's so many like weird cameos, like
yeah,
that train, like Joey Diaz, who's just like a comedian. He shows up. Phil Lamar shows up in it for some reason. I'm like, why is Samurai Jack fucking in this subway train?
Pulling a Hobbs and Shaw, just pulling random.
Yeah, just like, but it's not even like, oh, it's Ryan Reynolds. It's just like weird guys that no one's ever heard of.
Yeah. If Ryan Reynolds showed up in Spider-Man 2, that'd be amazing.
Could you imagine? He just shows up. He's not Deadpool. He's just hey.
This is pre X-Men Origin. This is pre Deadpool.
That's right. Yeah.
And then what about how do you feel about them killing every villain? How do you feel about that?
I don't like when the MCU does that because I like having villains return because you could really do something interesting with that, especially when you're doing a cinematic universe. That was kind of the thing though with early superhero movies. There's we gotta kill the villain. Like the Batman movies did it. Fucking the X-Men movies did it. Superman fucking killed Zod in Superman 2. Like
Magneto never died.
No, but fucking Stryker died in X2.
Yeah.
And Jean Grey died in X3.
Like Magneto's always like the
Magneto's always lived, but
Dr. Doom never died either in Fantastic Four, did he?
He got like sucked into a fucking wormhole in Fantastic, and he died.
But what about the original Fantastic Four? Did he die in that? I know he didn't die
in the first one, and then in the second one, I think he got like evaporated.
Oh, maybe. I don't know, but of course, Doc Ock is awesome. Who plays him? I forget. What's his name?
Fuck. What? Fuck. I need to know this. I know the actor. What is his name? Alfred Molina.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Who's great? I love Alfred Molina.
He is good. Because he plays the scientist portion really well. Then when he goes crazy, he's kind of like, okay, yeah, I can see.
He does really well. He does a good job. He was also in Raiders of the Lost Ark for like a second.
Yeah, he died from the spikes.
Yeah,
he's skinny in that. He's kind of chubby in
his first thing.
Yeah.
Why are you making fun of the man's weight? Why are you fat shaming?
I'm sorry.
Apologize to the dead Dr. Ock.
Do you think Toby got better in this movie acting wise?
He's the same throughout.
You think so?
Every goddamn movie I've ever seen him in. When I saw him in Great Gatsby, I'm like, you're just fucking Spider-Man. Like,
stop it.
Same thing. He's always just, I'm fucking Tobey Maguire. Whoa.
He cries a lot.
His best performance is in Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and he's only in that movie for like 5 minutes, and he does fucking nothing.
He cries a lot more in this one, I think.
Oh, that fucking face. He makes so many weird fucking faces in this whole trilogy. It's so baffling.
I didn't mention this in the first one, but the extras in these movies are insane. Have you ever watched?
Yeah, they're really.
Have you ever watched an extra? They're just like
We're over the top, fucking. Almost like, you know how I said like Rian Johnson when he did The Last Jedi, he kind of made it like sarcastic, like he was kind of just like an asshole about the whole like, whatever. I feel like Sam Raimi did that with the first Spider-Man. He was just like, what? It's a stupid, like, fuck, it's stupid, whatever. And then it made money, and they brought him back. And so he's like, I guess I just gotta make another stupid fucking movie. It's almost just like he didn't care, and I'm just gonna fucking put whatever in here. That's kind of what it feels like. It kind of feels like he made it kind of ironically in a way. Like he was like, fuck these stupid movies, like whatever.
Yeah. We forgot to mention the actual best actor in all these movies, fucking J.K. Simmons.
That's right. Fucking J.K. Simmons.
We forgot.
Give me pictures of Spider-Man.
He's so great. He's so good.
He's one of the best comic book movie castings ever. He's great.
Perfect. I don't think I would ever want anybody else to play J. Jonah Jameson.
No, I mean there could be some people who could, but I don't
think I'd want them though.
He's Jameson.
Like, sure, you could get somebody else to play Tony Stark, but he is Jameson in my eyes. He's J. Jonah Jameson.
He's Jameson.
It's very sad that he probably won't continue to be J. Jonah Jameson after Far From Home. But
yeah, unfortunately, that sucks.
Back to Spider-Man 2. I'm trying to think what else happens in this movie besides he loses his powers.
I mean, Peter and fucking Mary Jane become a thing.
Oh yeah, and then they have I forgot they
at the very end because she's like getting married to J. Jonah Jameson's.
Yeah, was this supposed to be a setup for Venom or something.
No, there's no mention of that at all. That would have been a clever thing.
Yeah,
Sam Raimi didn't want to do Venom in the third movie. That was like a last minute studio thing.
but like they made him go to space. He's a spaceman.
Astronaut. That's what fucking. That's his son. He's an astronaut.
I know.
They could have been a cool fucking setup. I don't know why they didn't do it.
They could have easily done it.
Could have did it, but they didn't.
But no, it's just a rock that comes from space.
Exactly.
Overall, I didn't rank the first Spider-Man. I'll give it like a D, a D plus. I'll give it a D plus at the best. This one, I give this one a B. Like this one, it's not bad.
Fine, it's decent.
It's good. I give it a B.
Decent at best.
I don't know if there's anything else I want to talk about. Just because I don't feel like a lot happens in this movie other than
it's not a whole lot other than Spider-Man losing his powers and
pizza time.
Pizza time.
That was a weird beginning. I like it. It's kind of fun, but
it's fun. It's this movie has a lot of fun moments in it, but
it does. I like how that one dude takes a slice of pizza out of the box, but then
he stole that guy's pizza.
He stole that guy's pizza, and then Spider-Man takes the slice back, even though
like that pizza's ruined. Spider-Man, like just
right, you got your webs all over it.
You're fucking gross, and since it's fucking organic, it's like a part of him.
you just jizzed on that man's pizza.
That's not cool.
No.
What happens when that person gets that pizza and there's fucking spider jizz all over it?
Like this white shit on my
pizza.
What
did you do to my pizza, you fucking weirdo?
I wonder he got fired from that pizza place.
Because he kept webbing
people shit on Tobey Maguire in these movies so much. In the movies, like the other actors do it. It's just
like everyone likes that Spider-Man where he's just like down on his luck and he's just like everyone shits on it. I'm like that gets old though after like.
Not everybody's depressed all the time.
Don't you want to see Spider-Man like succeed at something in life? Like I understand him living in like a shitty apartment and stuff like that is that's kind of Spider-Man's character, but like all the time everyone's just constantly like, "Oh, you're a fucking nerd. Fuck you, Peter Parker." Like that gets annoying. And that's all that fucking happens.
He never does have an up moment except for in this movie when he doesn't have his powers. And he's eating that fucking corn, his hot dog thing. He smiles at the camera.
God, that's like a tofu hot dog or something.
Yeah, because he doesn't eat meat.
He just fucking shoves the hot dog in his face. He's like,
and then it like freeze frames. And when I first watched this movie, I watched it on DVD, and I was like, did my DVD just like?
Yeah, because it freeze frames when he like walks out of college, and he has this like weird like.
Yeah, it's all motion blurred and shit. And I'm like, did my disc
just... And it's like, what the fuck?
Did my disc just freeze?
Like, just editing choice. Like, if these movies, I always say, like, if these movies came out now, everyone would fucking hate them.
Probably.
It's mostly because of nostalgia that everybody, like, loves these movies.
That freeze
movies are fucking bad.
I totally forgot about that freeze frame, and it's so bad.
It's so fucking dumb.
It's so bad. What about Kirk Connors? How'd you feel about that?
I mean, he's fine. That actor, I've seen him in a couple other things. He's fine.
Do you think he's underused? Do you think they should have used Lizard?
I think Sam Raimi wanted Lizard in Spider-Man 4, I think. So I think he was setting up for him, but he didn't get a chance to use him.
I mean, it would have been really cool to have. He's like lurking in the background of like every movie, and then he
would have been. That would have been a great fucking setup.
Would have been. Speaking of great setups, let's talk about Spider-Man 3.
God damn it.
Your favorite.
This movie, you want to talk about like Batman and Robin and like Daredevil and like Elektra and like X3 and like all these shit fucking comic movies. Spider-Man 3 might be the worst of all of them. Spider-Man 3 is garbage. I'm saying it now. And all you fucking Spider-Man 3 defenders can suck my ass. Because this movie sucks.
People always be like, okay, this movie ain't terrible. I'm like, no, it's bad.
No, this sucks.
This
movie sucks.
Beginning to end, it's bad.
When I say it sucks, I mean it sucks. There's nothing. This isn't even like a fun bad movie. This isn't like I'll watch Samurai Cop till the day is long. That's an awful movie. Spider-Man 3 sucks. I never want to see this movie again.
When was the last time you've seen it? When was the last time
a year ago.
Really?
I watched the trilogy like a year ago.
Like
I watched them like back to back, and it was
first of all, you start out with him being all happy-go-lucky with MJ. I'm like, this is so forced, and you know it's gonna just go to shit because like you're setting this up, And then you just have just Rock just comes out of nowhere. Like no setup, nothing.
It's not like, and why did it gravitate towards Spider-Man?
I don't know. And then like you're almost, it's like you introduce aliens into this universe. It's like, no.
What is, did other Venom symbiotes crash land in like fucking Kansas and there's just some symbiote motherfucker running around? Like,
right. So it's like you just pulled this out of your ass almost, because you have no setup of aliens whatsoever. Yeah. And then they just appear out of nowhere. And
they easily could have just been like, you know, oh, maybe Mary Jane, maybe there was something that Mary Jane had left over from the astronaut or whatever, that had a piece of the symbiote on it that like somehow maybe like over time like got bigger and then latched on to Peter or something, some kind of connection to something. It just fucking comes out of the sky.
I feel like they should have just set it up the way they did in the comics, where the space shuttle's coming back from space and they find the symbiote on the space shuttle and it crashes.
That's what they do Venom.
I know. That's how, like,
they should take that scene from Venom and just place it at the beginning of Spider-Man 3.
Like, that's the comic book origin of it, and it makes so much more sense than in a rock just fucking fall.
Fucking rock. Like, all right.
How to get on the rock? Where'd that rock come from? Like, what the fuck? Like, I don't want everything
specifically right there next to Spider-Man.
How did they not notice? It lit up the sky. I know they were kissing or whatever, but even if you close your eyes, you can see light when it flashes. Like, it doesn't make any fucking sense.
Whatever. It's a fucking.
People always defend it as, oh, it just latched to the most powerful thing near it.
Why did it land there though?
I don't know.
What if it landed in like Texas?
How did it not burn up in re-entry? It was on a rock, and the symbiote dies from heat.
Spider sense,
right?
Wouldn't fucking detect that thing.
I understand. Afterwards, after it's latched and detached, that's how they explain the comics. Okay, because like your spider sense is used to it.
He has all the abilities of Spider-Man. He would figure that out, but not at this point.
No, it's just an alien.
Just some fucking alien rock.
Maybe it doesn't work on aliens. Maybe I don't know. Whatever. It's stupid. It's dumb. We're not even 5 minutes into the fucking movie.
No,
this is bad.
Stupid.
And then there's this whole subplot of Mary Jane is in theater.
She wants to be a singer.
God, I hate everything.
Sucks. And everybody just completely, including Peter. Peter's just like, whatever. This ain't about you. This is about me. I'm Spider-Man.
God, I hate that whole subplot. It's so useless and annoying.
Well, they had to give Mary Jane something to do because she did fucking nothing in the last two movies.
And then, so he's leaving the theater, and we finally get James Franco.
And
comes back
in Spider-Man 2 that Spider-Man was Peter and that Spider-Man killed his papa. And so now he's fucking pissed off and angry and he's like, ugh. And this is so stupid. I hate this because it's like your dad was clearly like stabbed. Yeah. Spider-Man doesn't use fucking knives, you idiot.
And like he stabbed, first of all, he stabbed in the balls too. Like
right? Why would Spider-Man just like fucking stab him up against the wall, like in his groin? Plus, that doesn't make any sense.
How did he not? I know the butler. They say the butler found him or whatever, but why didn't the butler tell anybody?
He didn't tell him until like 10 years later.
Yeah,
in the third movie, after James Franco gets his fucking like face blown off.
First of all, if I'm the butler, I'm like, I don't get paid enough for this shit. First of all, second of all.
That butler's old as hell too. He's like
I know.
1 million years old.
I bet you he walked back there and was like, God damn it. God damn it. I would have took pictures, first of all. I'd be like, look what happened to your poppy.
Your father was stabbed twice. Spider-Man doesn't use knives.
And there's he was on a glider.
And there's also never been any reports of Spider-Man killing anyone. I don't know why why all of a sudden he just kills your dad just cause? Like, all right.
Yeah. It's just a weird subplot, and then they just fucking get rid of it by banging his head against that.
He gets amnesia during that fight.
I realized though he hits his head 3 different times during this movie.
Yeah, they fuck him up.
Yeah, that first one where they CGI'd his body, he just goes limp like that. Just God.
And they also, what's really funny is that like when he's in the hospital, and Peter like hands it, he like throws him the basketball or whatever. He's like, oh man, remember in high school when we were on like the basketball team or whatever? I was like, we never saw that happen. You went to Peter's school like senior year of high school. When the fuck did this happen?
Exactly. And Peter's never been a basketball player.
Yeah,
he's always been a nerd.
Remember that?
Neither is fucking Harry Osborn. He's a nerd too.
Kind of a nerd. Yeah, he's kind of a not as much of a nerd, but he's still kind of a nerd.
So like, it's just like, what the fuck?
It doesn't make any sense.
We're not even into the villains yet.
No, we're not.
I mean, New Goblin, I guess, is a villain, which is so dumb. Should have made him Hobgoblin first of all.
Like, even if he's not Hobgoblin, fucking call him Hobgoblin. The hell's New Goblin?
Some stupid thing they made up.
Fuck.
They're like, oh, we don't want to make it the same suit, but make it orange.
Ask shit and his snowboard.
His snowboard.
No hoverboard. Like, Jesus. And then what's hilarious is that when they go back to like his like goblin cave or whatever, and they like do that panning shot of all the masks, there's like the green mask, and then there's this like dope looking like chrome.
Yeah.
I'm like, why didn't you get that? That looks awesome.
Looks way better than the stupid hockey mask.
Just like, no, I'm just gonna get a little like fucking hockey mask and just put it on like half of my face. Like, all right,
green.
And I'm never gonna, when I'm actually in a confration, I'm never gonna use it to protect.
He wears it at the very beginning, and then it shows that it's Harry, and then he never wears it again.
Yeah, so it's fucking pointless, Harry. You're a fucking dumb idiot. I'm glad you're dead.
God damn it. Spoilers, jeez.
Everyone's seen this fucking movie.
And then let's talk about Sandman, who's the best villain in Spider-Man 3.
Sandman is a good character. I think what happens at the end is completely bullshit and unjustified.
I
hate the fact that he killed Uncle Ben. I was
gonna say, how did you feel about that?
I think that's retarded.
It's kind of a stupid retcon that doesn't need to be retcon.
And it also like kind of seems it's totally pointless to whatever happens. I know it's only there. It's there so like Peter can forgive him. The whole trilogy, Spider-Man is looking for his uncle's killer. The whole trilogy is he's like, oh, who killed my uncle? Blah, blah. And he also he fucking murdered
that guy.
He pushed him out of a window.
And he didn't kill Uncle Ben.
So now Spider-Man just has some guy's murder on his hands.
So this movie essentially retcons the first movie by making it like, okay, he killed this guy for no reason, and he didn't learn anything from it because that's not the dude that killed his uncle. So It's like, what the fuck? You just ruined.
Now the dude who actually killed your uncle is standing right in front of you, and you're not going to do it. You're just, oh, I forgive you. And then he's going to fly off into the fucking New York and probably go rob some more banks.
He got snapped away by Thanos at the end.
He's a Sandman, and he can fucking do anything.
He got snapped away by Thanos at the end. That's what happened.
Fuck.
That's why he turns to dust.
Maybe. It's crossover.
Yeah, and then we get what about Gwen Stacy? We introduced her.
She's completely pointless. I don't know why she's in this.
I don't know either.
I like Bryce Dallas Howard, but like she didn't need to be in this movie.
I don't know why they made this whole love triangle thing. It was really dumb.
They needed something to happen.
What? Stop with the romance. I don't care about this romance subplot.
Superheroes need fucking.
Where's my Spider-Man shit in my Spider-Man movie?
We have to. We can't have Spider-Man stuff in here. We have to have a cringy fucking dance scene with emo Peter Parker.
Yeah, listen, I didn't even want to talk about that because it's
so part of the movie.
It's so out of place.
Only thing that anyone ever remembers about this fucking movie.
It happened.
It happened, and it's such a confusing scene.
Yeah, because
he's doing it. It's like the women he's doing it to. Some of them are kind of into it, but some of them are kind of like, what the fuck? So it's like he's supposed to think that like he's attractive or like he's dork, like because it's a mixed fucking like message.
Apparently, emo Peter's hot. That's what happened. That's what it means.
Sometimes, but like to other people, they look at him and they're like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
I love how they made him bad by they put his hair down.
Literally, there's a shot where he's walking through just like some alley, and he's just like angry, and there's a mirror there for some reason, and he just looks at the mirror and he goes.
And then he said,
I'm like, what? Okay. And so I guess every time he wears the black suit, he has to fucking push his hair down like that.
I guess, but it's just such a
so stupid.
Showed. I guess it is showing, but not telling. But it's
showing not in a dumb way. You could just making him look a little bit more emo. Like he could just act that way. He doesn't have to look the fucking like
right. You don't have to make him like cut himself or anything. Just make him
Jesus. Like, and I totally fucking forgot about Topher Grace in this fucking movie.
I was waiting until we got towards the end to mention
Topher Grace is in this fucking movie.
And he plays Eddie fucking Brock of all people.
Eddie fucking Brock. The guy who in the comics is like a bodybuilder. You get a little skinny ass fucking Eric Foreman.
He left that 70s show to do this movie.
To do Spider-Man 3 of all things.
That was a bad decision.
He must have fucking wanted to die after this.
Probably.
Probably like, fuck, man.
Man, I was in a big movie.
The whole movie, he gets nothing but shit from like everyone. So then, and he goes into that church at the end. He's like, "Oh, I want you to kill Peter Parker." And I'm like, that's a little unwarranted, but it kind of makes sense. Peter Parker has done nothing but shit on him, and he ruined his fucking career. But we're still supposed to like Peter Parker. We're supposed to hate Eddie Brock for some reason.
Yeah, that whole sequence is just stupid.
I do like there's a couple shots of Black Spider-Man that look really fucking cool. Like when he's outside on that church and it's like raining and he's just like sitting there. I'm like, that actually kind of looks pretty fucking dope.
Yeah.
He's ripping the fucking suit off in the church and it's all like
very Dark Knight-esque.
It's very cool looking and it's very like dark.
Yeah. I like that. And then
I also just to go back to Sandman, I like the scene when he becomes Sandman.
Yeah, that's one of the best scenes.
And
there's no dialogue.
No, it's all visual and it's an emotional fucking scene. It's everything that a scene should be.
It's really good. I really like it. And the CGI still holds up for that scene.
Incredible. The money must have went all to that.
That one scene.
That movie's what, like 10 years old at this point?
Yeah, it came out 2008. That's when it came out.
Yeah, like 11 years old. That looks better than any movie like today. I'm like, why? Why
did you do this? Why did you put this beautiful scene in this shit movie?
Yeah, it's like, God damn it. And I like the fight in the sewers with Black Spider-Man and Sandman. I like
it. I like
when he fucking like puts his fucking head in the subway. That's
dope.
Cool.
Yeah, that's dope. I don't like how it ended.
No, he just like melts into a puddle.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's stupid.
Like, right,
I thought he died too, and then he just comes back at the end of the movie.
Yeah, it's like, all right.
I was like, okay, whatever.
And then we get actual Venom.
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's talk about the elephant in the room, Venom.
Yeah.
Shows up in the last 20 minutes of this movie.
And this was something that like I always kind of hated as a kid. Like it was cool seeing Venom and shit, whatever. But like I was always like, that's not really like Venom because Venom is like big and scary and massive, and this is like a little skinny, like anorexic Venom.
He looks okay when he's not Topher Grace's face.
He looks all right, but we only see him with the actual Venom face for like 2 minutes, if that even.
And he does a high-pitched screech, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. Like, talk, you fucks.
Like, what the fuck are you doing? And he has a deep voice, too, when he speaks.
I love Venom. Yeah. They didn't want to do that. We had to fucking see Topher Grace's fucking face the whole fucking time. Fuck.
Yeah, that was... No, I didn't like that.
It was really bad. And then the whole end, the whole like big epic, it's this like fucking big epic fight with like Spider-Man and James Franco and Sandman and Venom and all that stuff. And then Venom stabs James Franco in the chest with his own fucking skateboard. And he just fucking dies. And then Sandman's over here like wrecking shit in New York. Nobody's really doing anything about it. And then they pull off the Venom symbiote from Eddie somehow, or they use the sound things, which is actually kind of clever.
Yeah. Fucking the bomb blew him up.
The bomb, yeah, he fucking throws the bomb, and then Eddie, being the dumb idiot he is like, no, and he jumps into the thing, and then Eddie fucking blows up. So that's another person Spider-Man killed. Whether it was intentional or not, he fucking killed him. Spider-Man, you want to talk about Batman murdering people? Fucking Spider-Man over here. We got a fucking Ben Affleck over here, man.
Spider-Man indirectly kills every single villain.
He didn't indirectly kill that one guy. He pushed him out that fucking window.
Yeah, he murdered his ass.
He murdered him.
Yeah, and then we talked about Harry dying. Which, how did you feel? Do you think that was a good choice to kill him off?
I mean, every superhero movie, whenever there's an ending to a superhero movie, somebody has to fucking die. And it's just like a death needs to be earned in a movie. I don't think his like comeback and like redemption for like, I don't hate you anymore, Spider-Man, even though I hated you for the last two movies. I don't think it was earned. It was just like, all right, we need to kill him because somebody has to fucking die. We're not going to kill Spider-Man.
Picture if they did kill Spider-Man, that would have been
fucking insane. And they marketed it that way too, where they were like, oh, this could be the end of Spider-Man. And I was like, he's not going to die.
Yeah, that's the Raimi trilogy. Anything else you want to speak about that?
trilogy sucks.
I forgot in Spider-Man 3, I love the interaction with J. Jonah Jameson, that little kid, and the little kid's just fucking with them the whole time.
Yeah, that was fun.
That film.
He's like, hey, how much for the camera? It's like, oh, like $30. He's like, what the fuck? He's like $30. And then he spends $30, and then she hands it to him, and he's like, "Why?" He's like, "What the?" And he opens it, and there's no film, and she's like, "Oh, film's extra." And he's like, "You fucking little kid, I'm gonna stab you in the fucking face if I could."
That's a good scene. That's a good scene. But yeah, this trilogy is bad. I give Spider-Man 3 an F. I'm just letting you know.
This is bad. This is bad.
Yeah, it's no bueno. No bueno whatsoever.
No bueno, muchacho.
And what's really weird is Spider-Man 3 was the highest grossing superhero movie up until like Avengers, Marvel wise, because it made like almost $900 million, which is insane for 2008. For 2008, that's insane.
Which I mean makes it for that time, because all we really had at that time were X-Men and Spider-Man.
That, and you're riding off the heels of Spider-Man 2, which everybody loved.
Everybody loved Spider-Man 2 when it came out. So I mean, it made sense at the time.
Social media wasn't as crazy as it is today, where if like a movie comes out, everybody's like, "It's shit, don't go watch it." And
sucks. Don't see Justice League. It sucks.
So Spider-Man 3 came out, and everybody's like, "Okay, it's probably good."
Yeah, every fucking body saw Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, everybody and their mama. Let's move on to the next reboot. The first reboot.
The Amazing Spider-Man.
With Andrew Garfield.
Andrew Garfield, who I still kind of think looks like your brother a little bit.
A taller version.
A little bit taller version, but he looks a lot like your brother. So be nice to him.
Andrew Garfield looks a little cooler than my brother, I think.
If your brother was cooler and famous, he would look like Andrew Garfield. I think this movie's completely fine. I watched it not too long ago. It's fine. It's totally fine.
It's better than 1 and 3 of the Raimi trilogies. That's
completely serviceable for what it is trying to do.
How do you this is the thing with these two movies. They focus on Peter Parker's parents way too fucking much.
That's a problem. I don't like that.
Peter Parker's parents are nobodies. You don't give a shit.
Well, I think in the comics they turn out to be like SHIELD agents or some bullshit.
Yeah, but nobody
cares. Important. I want to see Spider-Man.
And they make him like spies or something.
The first movie doesn't do it as much. The second movie
way too much
leads into it. The first movie is just kind of like, oh, the beginning, you see them and they're like doing some shit and then they leave.
I also don't like how Spider-Man's motive throughout most of this movie is revenge to kill Uncle Ben's killer.
I mean, again, he fucking did that in the first Spider-Man.
I know, but like he did it and then that's it.
He actually killed somebody. Andrew Garfield didn't fucking kill anybody.
But he didn't become Spider-Man because he wanted to find Uncle Ben's killer. He was just...
Well, he was being like a luchador then.
Yeah. He fucking becomes Spider-Man in the Amazing Spider-Man trilogy, not to do good or to help people, but to fucking find Uncle Ben's killer, which is wrong.
I mean, I think doing good like came from... I think the whole point is like, I'm going to avenge...
But he doesn't change throughout the entire thing.
It's the same thing with Batman, where it's like Batman is Batman to avenge his parents' death, but at the same time, avenging his parents' death is doing good. It's helping people of Gotham. That is avenging his parents' death.
He's just shits on everybody the whole time.
I like his Spider-Man a lot.
And then he does. It bugs me that he doesn't do the hand thing. He doesn't do that.
Doesn't matter. Who gives a shit?
He just makes a fist.
Who gives a fuck? If he did that, would that make that movie better for you?
No, but it doesn't
matter.
I'm just telling you little nitpicks that bug.
I never once noticed that ever.
Well, next time you watch it, look, he just goes, that's what he does.
I would have done the same thing. Why does he even do this?
Because it presses his web shooters.
It could be same fucking thing as this.
Stupid.
Why does he have to do this? What the hell?
Stupid.
It was poorly explained in the Raimi trilogy why he did that. He just did it, and then something happened. He can just fucking... Venom fucking does that. It's fine.
It's fine. Whatever.
It's fine.
And then, what do you... Harry Osborn isn't in the first one, which is weird.
The first one.
How do you feel about Gwen Stacy in this with Emma Stone?
I like Emma Stone just in general. I think I like her more than Mary Jane in the original trilogy just because there is a little bit more to her. She is actually kind of like doing more stuff. She does ultimately kind of become a little bit of a damsel in distress like towards the end. But there is a little bit more to her character in this movie. And I like their chemistry. They have really good chemistry on screen.
And then my issue with this, though, and I've said this before on the podcast, you can't bring Gwen Stacy into these movies, and because you're eventually going to kill her off. That's Gwen Stacy's whole thing. She's the one that died in Spider-Man in the comics. So like they set her up as this like big character, and they're like, okay, but she's gonna die. So I just didn't care.
We didn't know. I never thought we were actually gonna see her die in these movies. I thought she was just gonna be the new Mary Jane. I didn't think we would actually see her death.
It'd be really smart to do a twist and make her the Mary Jane and make Mary Jane die.
Yeah, that would be fucking really cool.
That'd be a good twist. Because everybody knows Gwen Stacy's the one who dies.
Yeah.
But like I didn't care enough to
I don't know. I mean, when they did eventually, spoilers for the second one, when they did eventually kill her off, that actually, like, seeing that in the theater, I actually was like, whoa, holy fuck. Because I didn't expect that. I like her a lot.
When we get, we'll talk about it in a minute, but I didn't think she died. It was weird the way they did it. I was like, did she hit her head?
It was a little bit, yeah. We'll talk about that.
Anyways, what about the lizard? I hate the look of lizard in this movie.
Everyone fucking gave the lizard shit for this look. There is a comic. There were some comics in like the 60s or whatever where the lizard did look like this. It still looks a little weird. I like the snout. The snout makes him look a little better. Yeah. It's fine. It's a fucking movie.
And then they did it again. They killed off the villain in this movie.
No, he didn't die.
No, not. Oh yeah, they killed Captain.
Yeah, Captain Stacy.
Captain Stacy died. That's right.
The villain just gets fucking thrown in jail.
Yeah, and then how about this suit? People tend to love this suit in this.
I like the suit a lot. I think the suit is very underrated.
I like the ripples. Like I think
it's more realistic than the Raimi suit. A lot of people, the Raimi suit looks good for that like universe. This looks totally more believable that a random teenager can make. It's like a wetsuit. It's like a skinny dipping, or not skinny dipping, a fucking like scuba suit that he just like modified. And I'm like, that looks fucking like, it looks dirty and gross. And I'm like, that fucking makes sense. That looks cool.
The eyes are just a little weird on the first movie. They fixed it in the second movie, but the eyes are weird looking in the first.
Because they're like orange in the first.
Yeah,
movie. Weird.
But they're dark. They're not white. They're like darker colored. It's weird.
Because they're from fucking sunglasses.
Yeah,
it makes sense. It's a makes sense costume.
If you're trying to make a comic accurate costume, that's not.
Who gives a shit? Where'd he get the suit in the second one? Who made that suit for him?
He probably just remade it.
He's an expert seamstress.
No, probably because like the first one got ripped up.
Why didn't he make it the first time then? Where do you get these fucking sewing skills from?
Aunt May. I don't know.
Fucking Aunt May. Aunt May fucking knows he's Spider-Man in these movies. She fucking knows, dude.
She fucking knows.
She's very vague about it, but in both movies, she kind of like winks at him and is like, "I know you're fucking shit. I know you're goddamn secret piece of shit."
And then the main thing I remember from this movie is the crane scene where he like hurts his leg.
Everybody makes fun of that scene. I think that scene's fine.
You think so?
It's fine. It's cool.
I don't think there's anything wrong with it.
The one thing that I think, and this is what Homecoming kind of got right with Spider-Man, is that like New York feels like a character in the movie. I think this definitely kind of didn't do that 100%, but it kind of aided it a little bit, where it's like, oh, the people in New York they're helping Spider-Man, and it feels a little bit more interactive with the city and Spider-Man. There's a little bit more of some kind of relationship there, rather than just, oh, you mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
Spider-Man 1. Yeah, we didn't talk about that. That was the thing with that, though, is that's post 9/11.
Yeah, they had to do that.
Yeah, that was kind of, that was a touchy topic back then. But overall, though, this movie, I give it a B. It's probably on the same.
It's fine.
It's the same level as Spider-Man 2, maybe a little lower. But
except there's several scenes where people should know Peter Parker's Spider. Like when he breaks the fucking football like goal, he just throws a football at it and just ends the whole thing. I'm like, there's not a single person in this
that
fucking
man just jumped 10 feet into the air.
And broke the backboard. Like this nerd just broke the fucking backboard. Like
nobody even suspected anything.
Like, nobody cares. Everyone's like, all right, whatever. I do really like Flash and Peter's relationship in this, because he starts off, Flash is like a dick, like he usually is, but then after Uncle Ben dies, he actually, like, there's this really kind of like emotional scene between the two where he just comes up to Peter like in school and he's just like, hey, I heard about what happened, and then Peter just like fucking slams him on the lockers and he's just like, I just wanted to say, like, I'm sorry, like, whatever. I'm like, that's actually kind of like a nice little like moment.
It is, and I'm pretty sure Peter starts crying into his shoulder,
and they like become friends afterwards, which is like kind of neat.
It is. It's one of the few things I like about these two movies. Yeah, like I said, I give it a B. I don't know if there's anything else to really talk about.
Fine. I think it's not great. It has problems. I think Andrew Garfield is he's too old for one, because he was also like 30 when he made this. And he does not play a convincing nerd. He's far too cool.
No, he rides a skateboard.
He rides a skateboard and he's badass. Like, all right.
And then let's move on to The Amazing Spider-Man 2.
TASM 2.
TASM 2.
I haven't seen this movie since the theater, but I remember a lot about it for some reason.
I hate this movie.
It's like seared into my brain.
Burning passion. It's poop. Shit.
It's pretty bad.
It's poop.
There's some good moments, but it's pretty bad.
I remember Electro.
I'm Electro.
By Jamie Foxx.
Jamie Foxx was such a huge disappointment. I remember being so excited to see fucking Jamie Foxx as Electro.
Why did they paint him blue? Electro's not fucking blue.
Version, I think in the Ultimate Comics he's blue.
That's not the good one.
There is a version of Electro that's blue.
It's still not the good one.
And shit, it's Electro. Nobody cared about.
Actually, did the fucking thing where he becomes Electro from eels, which is stupid.
Yeah, that is really dumb. And it like fixes the gap in his teeth, which is so weird. Like, all right,
okay, you could have done that, but you didn't have to show it. Like, why'd you have to show a whole thing dedicated to that?
Why did you even give him a gap in his teeth?
Exactly.
Like, all right,
it's odd, and
apparently they cut a whole bunch of shit with Jamie Foxx that was kind of supposed to give him a little bit more motive. Like, apparently, like there was a scene they shot or they wrote or whatever where like he goes to like his apartment and his mom is like in a wheelchair, but it turns out she was like bullshitting him the whole time and she actually like could walk, and like everyone was just like a dick to him. So then when he turns to Electro, it makes a little bit more sense because everyone's just like a shit to him. But we don't see that in the movie, so
yeah, I guess so. But but I mean that doesn't matter because that wasn't in the movie. So
yeah, I'm just saying, I'm not happening in the movie.
But like his whole motive is like, oh, he thinks Spider-Man's his buddy because Spider-Man saved him once.
Spider-Man talked to him once,
and he's like, oh shit, this is my buddy. And then when Spider-Man doesn't recognize who he is, he's like, well, fuck.
Well, no, that was actually really cool. I think he saves him twice because when he sees him again, he goes like, oh, I remember you're Max, like you're my eyes and ears out there, like yeah, blah, blah. And like that's a really cool moment. That's Spider-Man. That feels like Spider-Man, where he's just like, hey, like as he's like doing other shit, he's just like, hey, what's up? But it is a little silly that Max Dillon thinks Spider-Man is his like best friend.
Yeah,
like all right,
that's odd.
And they could have maybe done something with that, where maybe he was just like a crazy fucking guy.
Maybe
really lean into that. He was just like some dork. I was like, all right. Like maybe he was an asshole from the start and he was just this like weird, like psycho man. And then he gets no, like he's this weird, like crazy, like obsessive, like stalker almost guy. And then he gets these powers and he's able to just like fuck shit up. And he's just like, I can finally do whatever I want. That would have made sense. That would have been cool.
It would be better than what we got. That's for sure. I remember at the end fight, they do fucking dubstep with his.
Oh yeah.
That was weird. And then they pulled a Spider-Man 3 in this. They bring in fucking Harry Osborn and he becomes
the Goblin
at the very end.
He like transforms into like a literal Goblin Man. But apparently he can like turn it off because then at the end he's not the Goblin Man. So it's like, all right.
Like they set up like he was dying or whatever throughout the movie.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so why didn't they just put him in?
Funny because his dad, when we see Norman, he's like, oh, it took like 40 years for me to die. It's taken you like 2 days. And you're just gonna die in like a couple days.
Fuck.
It's like, all right.
And then he's like, okay, I need Spider-Man's blood to fix myself.
And Spider-Man has no reason to say no, but yet he shows up to Harry's place specifically just be like, no, fuck you, and then leaves.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
You're making a villain, Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's your fault.
And then they have the basement.
The villain basement.
Full of backpacks.
Villain factory.
Of like it has the sinister.
I remember, to be fair, I remember seeing that movie and coming out of the movie and texting you and be like, oh fuck, fucking Vulture and shit. Like, whoa. It was cool. It was cool to see.
Wow.
But it's really unnecessary and dumb.
Yeah, it is. Like make and write it better. Don't just make all of this stuff in a room that anybody can grab. Like the fucking Rhino. I hated the Rhino.
I know.
First of all, I think of Rhino as a big, huge fucking dude, not some.
He's usually a big guy. I know in the Ultimate Comics, he's like a mech.
Yeah, but like I prefer the The big dude.
I like the big guy.
He doesn't have to be like super big. Just make him like a 7 foot tall, muscular man. He doesn't have to be 10 feet. No, I wouldn't.
How many other 7 foot tall Jack motherfuckers are there? Get Shaq. Put him
like
in
the mountain
dude
or something out.
Or, yeah, get that guy.
I don't know. It's just. Yeah. I don't know. Get Dwight Howard. He's jacked still.
Nah.
Nah.
Don't get Dwight Howard. I don't even know who that is.
It's a basketball player.
Exactly. That's why I don't know why. I don't watch basketball.
He went out on a dunk contest against Shaq.
Bullshit.
He did.
No.
But yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 is poop. And like I said, they go way too far into his parents' crap.
This one definitely leads into it.
And like they did that shit where he's like he makes the board full of,
and then that's the montage moment.
Yeah.
For you.
Oh my God.
What the fuck is this? This is like a Pepsi commercial.
It's a Pepsi commercial.
It is. Like take that footage. I might do this just for fun. I might just find that scene and just make a whole Pepsi commercial out of it and just fucking put it up. Because it's a fucking Pepsi commercial.
But yeah, he puts the stuff on the billboard. And he's like trying to figure out. I don't even know what he's trying to figure out.
I think this was after he like dumps the stuff out and the calculator like breaks and there's like coins in it. And he's
he gets mad that he can't figure out, and that's why, because he throws the calculator and it breaks.
Yeah. I don't remember why he's doing that. That's strange. He's just doing it. Fuck it.
He's just doing it. And then there's fucking coins in the like that's a stupid place to put coins in a calculator.
And what happens if Peter just never found that shit?
I know, like nothing. And then he just randomly finds the coin slot out of fucking nowhere.
Underground, like super secret, like spy subway that comes out of the fucking ground. And then he puts the little coins in. And then a video message from like 1994 from his dad. And he's just like, Peter, there's some like secret shit going on.
I made this spider
and you were destined to be Spider-Man. It's like, all right.
God. It's like, holy shit. It's a holy shit moment, but it's like nobody cares.
Yeah, it's like, all right. And then it goes nowhere. And they shot something.
I remember the ultimate
dad coming back at the end and was like, Peter, I've been watching you the whole time. And I'm like, I'm so weird in the fucking movie. Because that would have ruined the whole movie.
I still don't like this movie, but
I don't. It has some fun moments, but it's not a good
movie. I would never watch it again type moment. So yeah, to the
death of Gwen Stacy. I enjoy that.
The Gwen Stacy death,
because it's a death and it's sad. But
when I initially watched it, I was like, did she die? Like the scene where she hits,
like boom, she just like hits her, and I was like, did he save her? Did she like die? Like what?
Yeah, I was like, did she break her neck? Like what happened?
Yeah, it was kind of weird.
Because like when she hit the ground, the camera like shook.
I think the whiplash of Peter like trying to pull her up with the web, she hit her like the back of her neck really, really fast, and she died.
Yeah, that's what happened. When he caught her with the web, she stopped and her neck went flying back and she hit her head. But like when I first watched it, I was like, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah.
So I was really confused. I didn't know what just happened. But apparently the end where Gwen gives her speech in that video, that's all Emma Stone wrote that. Like she wrote the whole thing, and she actually, I think she played it for her graduation or something.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. But this movie I don't like. I give it a D.
Yeah, I don't really like it either. I like Jamie Foxx in general, and I like Andrew Garfield. I think he's a really good Spider-Man. I think he's a very underrated Spider-Man. There's moments in here where he's very much is just like, hey, what's up? Like he's that New York fucking Spider-Man. And there's moments in the first one where he's kind of an asshole, but it kind of works and it's kind of cool. And I enjoy his relationship with Emma Stone in this. They have some really good chemistry. There's not enough Spider-Man in this movie though.
Yeah, I can see that. Which do you prefer, these two or the Raimi trilogy?
If I had to, I'd probably pick these two.
Really? Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, mostly they're more modern. The CG looks a little bit better in these movies. There is some cooler fucking scenes, like as dumb as it is, and as much as they spoiled it in the fucking trailers, the scene when he like is fighting Rhino and he flings the fucking thing and like hits him.
That's how the movie ends.
Yeah, that's the fucking final shot. They showed it in the trailers. But like that's a cool shot. Like that's a cool fucking scene. And there's some other cool like action scenes in both of these movies.
I think I would prefer this over the Raimi trilogy too.
Yeah. Just everyone shits on these, but it's not the Raimi movies.
And then I think we should save the MCU ones for our MCU ranking, but we do have one more Spider-Man movie.
We have two more.
Two more.
We have Venom and Spider-Verse.
Ah, fuck! I forgot about Venom.
Yeah, you fuck.
Don't even want to talk about Venom. Which one came out first? They came out the same year, didn't they?
Venom came out first.
Okay, so Venom.
Gonna get him. Venom.
I'll sum it up for you. Shit. There you go. That's the whole thing. Right
Venom is really bad.
I fucking everybody likes this movie.
Well, not everybody. There's a vast majority. But there's a lot of people.
A lot of people like it, and I'm just like, why? What do you see potential in this?
No, you want to know why?
Why?
Because it feels like an MCU movie. Because it's goofy, and because it's silly, and because it's a fucking dumb action movie. Because it's the same. It's the same reason why people like Thor Ragnarok. It's a dumb, silly, like stupid comedy.
Like it kind of feels like an MCU movie, but I'm just like, there's something missing out of this, and it puts me off of it. I don't know why.
Yeah. There's a couple like good shots of Venom, like when like that scene when all the cops come and they like throw the gas and then he grabs it and just fucking like there's smoke going everywhere and his face just comes out, his like tongue is everywhere. I'm like, that's fucking like that looks dope. And Venom himself looks really cool, even though he's missing the fucking spider. But like it's just,
I like Tom Hardy.
I like Tom Hardy in general. He was doing some weird accent, which is strange. He was doing like this weird like Boston, New York hybrid accent, which is like, all right.
I really like Tom Hardy, especially as Eddie Brock. I think he could do it really well. But
he didn't in this movie.
No, and I don't think some of the jokes land very well in this.
I think only one joke. There was one joke that actually like had me dying in the theater, and that was when Venom calls him a pussy.
Yeah,
that was because that was well timed. That was a
good joke,
edited well. It was a good joke.
Other than that, I can just remember them like the lobster scene. Like that was just weird.
That belongs in like a Nick Cage movie. That's a Nick Cage moment.
Like,
where
was that supposed to be funny? Was that what it was supposed to be? But it was just weird.
It's supposed to be him like losing his mind and like eating lobsters and shit. Also, Venom just like eats a guy.
Yeah.
So like forget about it. Like this woman just witnesses he just ate a guy. She's not gonna do anything. She's not gonna call cops. Like, yo, there's some guy just ate a man.
It's really odd, and I don't like it. I hate it.
It's so weird. And then the villain is just like some other asshole.
Yeah, I don't even remember who it was.
Riot or whatever.
Riot, yeah. Where the fuck? Why? Why would you choose Riot?
And like, he's so boring. He's just another Venom.
He's just a gray Venom.
Yeah, and when we get to the end fight, it's just spaghetti, just fucking.
Yeah. Why would you pick gray? Make him like yellow.
Yeah, there is like a yellow symbiote out there.
I know. You're putting gray on black. It's so hard. Just at night
versus black at night. Like it's black and gray at night.
It's so hard to see.
Like there was a moment where I literally like I almost had like a stroke because I couldn't tell what the fuck was going on. I was like, what
what's even worse is that Tom Hardy, I think, is wearing gray clothes, and then the other guy's wearing a black suit. So it's like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, Tom Hardy is wearing like a gross hoodie because Tom Hardy, I don't know why they made this choice. He's always like sweaty. He's got this whole. He's just like he looks like a mess, and I'm just like, why? Like,
and they made him eat chicken out of the garbage. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I was like, I know Venom is like really hungry and that's the whole thing, but they made like a whole joke out of it, and I was like, all right, this man has a parasite in him, and we're laughing at him. Like, all right,
right,
that's not cool. And he does this really cringy fucking thing. I don't know if anyone else has pointed this out. The moment like the next door neighbor is playing like his guitar like real loud. There's a moment where Tom Hardy goes to the door. He's like, oh, fucking guitar noise. And I think this is before he gets Venom. And he goes to the door. He opens his door, and he does this weird like.
Yeah, he makes like a scrunchy face.
Is this movie from like the 70s? Like what the hell? He literally holds his arms up and he goes, and then he just goes back in his house.
I remember that.
I'm like, what?
Is
like what is who? Imagine a director telling you to do that. I'd be like, no, I'm not gonna do it.
Especially Tom Hardy, who's like
Tom Hardy's like a great actor. He's like a serious, like awesome actor.
God, there's so much went wrong with it. This movie should have been rated R. This movie should have been more horror-esque than.
Should have been an upgrade.
Should have been an upgrade. If people who haven't seen Upgrade and seen Venom, watch fucking Upgrade.
Watch Upgrade. Upgrade is great.
It's way better than Venom.
And it was made for like $5 million.
Yeah, it's so good. It's amazing.
You know, Venom could have been. I was excited for Venom because I was like, this could be something special. It could be this really could be like Joker, where it's just this like weird indie, like small, like body horror movie about a guy with this thing in him that he can't control. But then they were like, no, let's make it a goofy fucking action comedy. I was like, all right, that's a dumb choice.
It was, and then like oh gosh, what was I gonna say? But yeah, I forgot. Why did they give us that fucking comic when we went to go see it in the theater?
They do that sometimes. They hand you stuff.
Like, they had 2 scenes in the movie that were unrelated to each other in the comic.
Yeah, it's not even a comic. It's literally 2 scenes ripped from the movie that are out of like they're not even like back-to-back scenes. It's just out of context scenes. I was so odd. I was like, this is kind of cool. And then there in my comics.
And then it was just like, what the fuck? Why did you give me this?
I would have preferred a poster or something.
Yeah. Because I mean, Venom looks good, and I forgot to say this. I like the relationship between Venom and Eddie Brock in this. I actually like it.
It was fun. I like Lance Reddick, who did like the voice of Venom. It was like a mix of him and Tom Hardy. Lance Reddick is the black guy from John Wick. His voice is fucking awesome, and it totally fits with Venom. And I like that kind of back and forth they had. They could have did something with that, but they really kind of didn't.
They made him say "turd" at the end, which was
like a turd in the wind. And I'm like, all right, what?
Who wrote this? Who the fuck?
Stan Lee cameo.
That wasn't Feige. Who wrote this?
Yeah. There's a Stan Lee cameo where Eddie Brock kind of, I guess, knows Stan Lee.
Yeah. I don't know.
All right.
It's stupid. This movie, a D. Give it a fucking D.
Wow. I'd give this movie an F.
It's got parts that I enjoy way more than Spider-Man 3.
The only reason I would ever buy this and rewatch it is because the steelbook was actually kind of neat looking.
That's the only reason. All right, I guess we saved the best for last. So,
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
What a great film! What a great film.
I'm going to start off by saying, I usually don't care what people think about movies, and I usually respect everyone's opinion, and you have every right to think what you want to think. But if you don't think this is the best Spider-Man movie, you're a fucking terrorist.
I don't think it's the best Spider-Man.
You're a goddamn terrorist, Evan.
I like Homecoming just a slightly more.
You're a goddamn terrorist.
But it's number 2.
You're a terrorist.
I think this movie's fucking great.
This movie's phenomenal. This movie's art.
It's amazing. And there's not much I can critique about it, to be honest. I like the art style. The art style is really dope.
The art style is so... I remember seeing the trailer, and it was... I forget. I think the first trailer we saw was just Miles jumping on buildings and stuff. And then the second he lifted up his mask, I was like, is that stop motion? That looks fucking really cool. And then they kind of made it look stop motion-y and kind of it's like a new type of art style that we hadn't seen before and something. It was almost kind of like Captain Underpants, where Captain Underpants had this really kind of interesting 3D, but it was kind of it kind of felt tangible in a way. This one was just hey, it's kind of a mix of 3D and 2D and stop motion stuff and whatever. It was a new thing, and that was fucking really cool.
It was really cool. And I love the not stop motion because it's not stop motion, but I love the art style. And there's a lot of visual symbolism in it, and it's really good.
There's so much artsy fartsy bullshit in this that I love.
It's really
the moment when Miles is going up the buildings, and then he jumps off, and it says going down. But then when he finally becomes Spider-Man later on, and he swings up the building, and it goes woo! It's that's some artsy fartsy bullshit that I fucking love.
It's so good. And then I think it's acted amazing. I think everybody does really well.
The acting in this is fucking great. Jake Johnson might be one of my favorite Spider-Man ever. His voice just fits so well with Spider-Man. He's got this calmness to him, this comforting calmness to him, where it's he kind of sounds like he knows what he's talking about, but he really doesn't. But you still go along with him anyway.
It's so good. Everybody's so good in this.
And Chris Pine did a good job.
He did. He was barely in it. He was in the beginning.
Good job.
But I think and then Kingpin, even though he was the villain for 3 different things that year.
Oh, Kingpin had a great year.
He did. I think the most menacing one was this one, because you had Daredevil, the game, and then this.
I'd say Daredevil was.
You think so?
That Kingpin will fucking murder you.
The only thing I don't count with that though is that it had more build up because it had season 1.
Yeah, true.
But
that's the one thing I will say. I think Kingpin was kind of. I mean, he still had some kind of emotion. Like there was one scene in this movie where like he's holding up Spider-Man. He's like about to like punch him to death, and then his wife and kids see him and they run. I'm like, quit giving Kingpin like sympathetic backstories. But I don't think it was as like he was kind of generic in a lot of ways, where he was just like, I'm just gonna make this big dimensional device and like.
But I understood his whole plan. I understood why.
I understand it. I get it.
I understand why he was doing
like villain. It's very just like villain.
Yeah, maybe. I like how they called it a goober. The thing that fixes everything is a goober. I was actually really surprised that they killed the one Spider-Man because I didn't expect that going in.
I didn't expect. I knew, and I know that's part of Miles' origin is that Peter dies. I didn't think we would actually fucking get a death of Spider-Man, and he's fucking dead. Like he's dead.
Yeah, he doesn't come back. He's dead.
That shook me in a lot of, and especially the way it's done. It's done in like the most blunt, like violent. Like fucking like slams him to death, and it's like, oh man, like you kind of just like you feel it.
And then I like the, I guess, secret reveal of Doc Ock. It's not the Doc Ock you imagine.
Really well done.
It was really well done. It's like you weren't expecting it at all. You were just like, holy shit, it just came out of nowhere.
Because I didn't. The second she was like, my name's like Liv Octavius or whatever, I was like, hold up, what? And then fucking pulls her out. I'm like, wow, man, that's cool. That's so cool.
How'd you feel about the Prowler in this? He's kind of a bigger character.
I think that scene when he gets fucking shot. Spoilers. If you haven't seen this movie, you're a fucking idiot. When he dies and you know he's holding on to Miles or whatever, and he's like, "Oh, you're the best of all of us, Miles," or whatever. And then I'm like, "Fuck." There's so many scenes in this movie that just hit me to my core, that make me fucking bawl like a bitch. And that's one of.
If people haven't seen this movie, it's on Netflix. Just go watch it.
And Mahershala Ali, who is now Blade, is Uncle Aaron, and he does a fucking great job.
I think even Miles' dad does a really good job.
Yeah, which was surprising. And I like that actor. He was a Paperboy in Atlanta, and he's going to be in Eternals. He does a fantastic job. That scene with him and Miles, where Miles is like all webbed up in his room, and he just comes. His dad comes to his room to tell him that Uncle Aaron is dead. It's like fuck the emotion in his voice. I'm like, man, it's so good.
What's weird is he's probably just sitting in a booth by himself, and he did.
Yeah, but you can tell he's probably like getting fucking into it. He's probably like into the fucking scene. He's not just sitting there reading lines. He does such a good job.
How'd you feel about the other Spider people, Nick Cage and all the other?
I like him. I think we probably could have used, like, as much as I like them, we probably didn't really need them. I think if it kind of stuck with Miles, Gwen, and Peter, it could have been a little bit more focused story-wise, because they do kind of just come in the third act and they're just like, hey, we're here. They don't really do anything.
Like Spider-Ham, like he doesn't do nothing.
Yeah, he didn't really do anything. There is a really funny short on the Blu-ray though of Spider-Ham that's really funny.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Nick Cage he has some funny moments, and then the robot chick, she doesn't do anything there.
Yeah, she didn't really do much. I'm so glad that Nick Cage finally can like be superheroes now. He was Superman in the fucking Teen Titans Go movie.
They only let him do voice stuff now.
Doesn't matter. I don't care. He's a fucking superhero now.
I love the scene where he's like, I let matches burn all the way down to my fingertips just so I can feel something like that.
So many fucking good lines in this.
It's hilarious. So great. And then they got Scorpion. He's barely in this, but he's in it. And Tombstone, which you barely see him. People don't even know who the fuck that is.
And they don't even like say his name. They never say his name in the movie.
I think they do. I think they say it once.
Do they?
I think they say Tombstone. And then they got the ultimate Green Goblin or whatever.
Yeah, that massive fucking Green Goblin at the beginning. That was awesome.
I was like, whoa, this is going wacky real fast.
And that's the one thing I think I like most about this is like, even with like the MCU, they're still a little bit restrained because it is somewhat set in reality. Like, I know there's a raccoon in a tree and all that stuff, but it is meant to kind of be in our reality. This movie's like, we're fucking cartoon. Like, fuck it.
This is wacky shit, and I love it.
I love that. I'm like, yeah, because animated movies are too afraid to be animated movies. You either have the 2D movies that are all digital, and they all are just like very blandly fucking made, and they all have like the sharp corners and everything, or you have the 3D CG fucking anime, which they all look like people, and I'm like, what's the point of it being animated? This movie like kind of rides that line where it's like it's CG 3D animated, but it's wacky and it's goofy and it's not afraid to fucking just do whatever. And I love it.
When we're talking about art style, I forgot to mention, I love how it's almost a comic book. Like they have the thought bubbles and the speech bubbles and stuff like that.
Sometimes, like,
it's whoever did the editing on this is just a genius.
It's so good. I remember hearing someone on a podcast review this, and they were saying that like this is the best comic to screen. Like this is a comic brought to life on the big screen.
It really is.
And while it's not like a beat for beat recreation of a comic, it's the best like example of what comics kind of are, but just
for sure,
form, which is awesome.
For sure. I don't have any critiques of it, to be honest. There's nothing. The
soundtrack is fucking sick.
It is. They hit every nail on the head here.
The fucking What's Up Danger scene is like one of the best movies in any superhero movie ever. When he finally like that, for one, that song is fucking badass. But when he's sitting on the building and then he's hearing the voiceover from like Peter, and then he jumps off and the glass like is kind of sticking to his fingers, and then what's really cool is that they put the script online, the whole script, and if you read that part where he jumps off, and the shot's upside down, it's the most like artsy fartsy thing ever. But it's like, Miles jumps off the building, but he doesn't fall. He rises up the screen because he's ascending as Spider-Man. And I'm like, fuck. That's so like bullshit, pretentious nonsense, but I love it. It's so awesome. When I read that, I almost cried. I was like, fuck.
I say Sony needs to give up on this live action shit and just keep doing these animated movies, because
they really should. I don't understand why they don't just do that.
I bet you this could be a real moneymaker if you continue this.
As much as I don't want sequels to this stuff, I think this is probably the best bet they have.
Probably. You could do something really special with this.
They could. The after credit scene kind of teases possibly more with like Miguel O'Hara.
And then they do the Gwen kind of talks to him at the end. So
yeah, which is interesting.
We'll have to wait and see. I give this an A for sure, though.
This is fucking
A+.
This is amazing. I love this movie.
I
might watch that tonight, actually.
That's all I have to say about it, though, because it's just there's nothing to critique about it. There's nothing.
Yeah, it's an almost perfect comic book movie.
It really is. So you say this is your favorite out of all of them?
Spider-Man movie.
I won't put the MCU. If I'm not putting the MCU once in there, this is the favorite one.
Even with the MCU movie, it's the best.
With the MCU, I put Homecoming, this, and then Far From Home.
What makes Homecoming better, in your opinion, than?
Just because it came out first.
That's it?
Really, that's it.
No, that's not a good enough reason, Devin.
They're about equal when it comes to how much I like them. And I really like the Homecoming's version of Peter Parker. It's just really good. This is Miles Morales. And
I think, I don't know, maybe it's just, I feel like I might like connect with it a little bit more than you do, probably, just because like there's some like really well done like visual stuff in here. Like there's themes of like kind of the way that Miles is like biracial, and he's kind of going through life like trying to kind of find himself, and then but he's also has to deal with being a normal kid in Spider-Man as well. So there's kind of like those parallels and stuff, and I connect with that stuff obviously a little bit more, and maybe that kind of adds to it a little bit more. Maybe. But I don't know. I just, there's so many fucking emotional moments in this fucking movie, but it's also extremely goofy and like silly and stupid. But it's got so many sad fucking moments in it.
I don't know. It's just my top 3 for Spider-Man are staying that way probably for a little bit. Homecoming, Spider-Verse, Far From Home, just because I don't like most of the other ones. So I put Spider-Man 2, then The Amazing Spider-Man, Spider-Man 1, Amazing Spider-Man 2, and Spider-Man 3. That's my ranking.
I would put it Spider-Verse, Homecoming, if we're including the MCU stuff. Spider-Verse, Homecoming, probably Far From Home, then Amazing Spider-Man, and then nothing after that matters.
We'll do the MCU when we do our MCU ranking.
We will, and if we might just if there's like a slow news week or something, like next week might be slow because of D23. It might not be all out. We might just do a whole episode.
It'll take fucking like 4 hours, but
probably. But
we'll have to do like no news. We'll just do that the whole time.
Yeah, this is 3 hours anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
True. That has been the 10th episode, I think. Unless there's anything else
This
you want to say.
is the 10th episode.
Double digits.
We made it to the annual 10th episode.
Annual. It's fucking weekly.
Special 10th episode. Episode X.
Episode
X. The Real Duo podcast.
Always eat cookies.
Eat pizza, you fuck. We just talked about SpiderMan.
Eat both.
You ruined it.